Good evening.
How are we doing?
We're back at Finnegan's.
We are, but it's a different type of Finnegan's tonight.
There's a different atmosphere.
Gone a bit posher tonight, hasn't it? We're a bit upmarket, I would say.
We are.
You know, look, I mean, for instance, look.
We're on the red wine tonight.
None of that beer stuff tonight, no.
Oh,
Ching. Do you
very
like that?
sophisticated.
Ah, yeah. All will be revealed why it's at Finnegan's Wine Bar tonight.
All will be revealed.
Yes, all will be revealed, but we're trying to behave ourselves because we've got international guests in tonight, Tom.
I'm glad we don't pay expenses because we've started bringing in guests from another country.
Another country, yeah. And in fairness, they come bearing gifts. They were like the wise men.
Do you know what? Is this the first
time?
guests who have brought us gifts?
Yeah.
But look at this. Bottle of wine for me.
For you, yeah.
You got a bottle of wine as well?
I got a bottle of wine as well. It's not here. But
do you know what? Someone once told me that if the bit at the bottom...
I think that's lying.
We'll find out later. But the bit at the bottom, if you put your finger in there, and it depends how far it goes in, is how good it is.
Isn't it so that they can hold it when they pour it like that?
Is that what it is?
Yeah, let go.
No, because you're going to drop my bottle of wine.
That won't look. See, you do that with your tongue.
Look
and that's
at
how you pour it.
Sophisticated, Alan.
See, I was brought up properly.
Very good.
Up down south.
Very good. And we also got
beer.
Some beer.
Beer. What is it?
We'll save this for next week.
It says toast.
Toast. Here's to change craft lager.
Craft lager.
That's great, that isn't it?
It's planet saving.
Very good. It ticks all of our boxes.
It's in a tin.
I am all for guests.
In mind.
I am all for guests bringing us gifts.
Yeah.
So hopefully, Chris and Pete have given us some nougat from their holidays.
Some nuggets.
So
from their holidays. Yeah. So thanks.
We're bossing it.
Chris and Pete. Yeah.
Right.
Who's in? Sam?
Let's have a little look. Who's in? Pete's in. Evening, Pete. Mike's in. Nice to see you. Barbara's watching. Very good to have you back, Barbara. Barbara makes the best crumpets in the Northwest. That is for sure.
She's the best crumpet maker.
So Tao's in. Standard greeting. All right, Dumb and Dumber. So Joyce is watching as well. That's always good for us to know when Alan's wife Joyce is watching, because we can just... she won't believe us, but we do just...
We tone it down.
We tone it down just a touch.
And especially with our honoured guests as well.
We're going to be on our best behaviour tonight.
We're a proper establishment.
We are.
So we've got to act like one, Tom.
Yeah, we have.
We're proper responsible licensees.
We are.
And,
we take this very seriously.
We've got our first... Oh, we'll get to them.
We'll get to it. If you've not been in Finnegan's before, well, every Wednesday, me and Alan, we're Baptist ministers. Still,
yeah.
counting the days. Yeah. We're still Baptist ministers, and we every Wednesday we come to Finnegan's Bar.
Yeah,
and we have with Jürgen. We have an evening of wonderful conversation.
Yes,
fine wine.
We chew the cud.
Is that what it says? We talk about all
life,
solve the problems of the world.
We do.
We talk a bit about faith.
We do.
We talk a bit about football. We talk a bit about banter.
We talk about everything.
And it's ace.
And anything.
You can if you could share this for us now, that'd be a great way to help us out. You can just click on the share button, put this out, invite your mates to come and watch it. They've got loads of episodes. Last week, Alan wasn't here, which, to be honest, they're the best ones. They're normally the better episodes.
I watched it.
Did you watch? Oh, you were watching?
I watched it, yeah.
You were watching. What did you think of it?
I thought it was quite funny in parts, but, you do take liberties when I'm not here.
When Alan's not here, what's great is I can give anything away in the bar because he's not here to stop me. And
not everything in the bar is church merch. I keep telling you that.
Yeah. So we did have the week where John tried to take the TV.
I was here that week.
You were here for that, and you did have to stop him.
If I wasn't here, you'd have given the telly.
I would have. He did. The only thing that stopped him was he didn't have a screwdriver to hand. Otherwise, that was gone. But last week we took your 4 points woolly hat,
and I'm freezing.
And you're freezing now.
Yeah. What am I going to do in the winter now?
I don't know. Well, yeah, and the cost of
that God loves
heating
them
and all that. You can't.
I know.
Yeah.
I did have a hat. I had it all planned. It was my winter plan.
Yeah.
I had a 4-point hat.
And Mike,
you give it away.
We gave it away strangely to someone who was related to the person who sold them.
Yeah, so he's probably got loads of them.
He probably gets them for free.
He probably does. Now
Mark Williams.
No hat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so last week we had, Mark was on. Mikey was co-hosting.
Yeah.
Mark had named his son Maximus.
Wow.
And I don't know.
What a guy.
What would you have named your kids if they were named after your favourite movie? I don't know if this is a risky question to ask you.
That was a risky question. I've put it in, didn't I?
You like some terrible movies.
Dr. Richard Kimball.
See, which one's that?
Oh, come on, you know what film that is.
Film.
Tell him what film it is. What do you mean,
Dr.
film?
Richard Kimball.
You going on about pronouncing things?
Yeah, it's only got one syllable, isn't it?
No.
Film.
You just...
Just tell me what Dr. Richard Kimball was
No,
about.
you need to know. Someone will tell you out there.
Evening.
Dr. Richard Kimball.
We've got Laura in tonight.
Google it,
Laura
someone.
McKillop. Nice to see you. Pete's kids would be called the Fugitives.
Well,
Pete, I've met your children. They might end up as fugitives. It's possible.
You called one after your job?
Yeah, what? Which one?
Eden.
Oh, yeah, Eden. So I
literally named a kid after your job.
So I work for a charity called Eden.
Yeah, not that big glass house thing.
Greenhouses thing, but the
poverty
Christian
poor
charity.
The one where they don't pay you a lot of money.
So I named one of my kids Eden, and people did think, because obviously a charitable organisation, we do take donations. People thought that I was naming my kid Eden so I could scam them for their money.
He's been in Liverpool too long. He realised if they give money towards Eden, that's for the kids, isn't it?
Yeah.
Buy them some sausages for dinner.
Yeah. Very good.
Good plan.
Kathleen's child would have been called Hulk if she'd gone for naming it after her favourite film. And Barbara, here we go. Barbara says, we are expecting a new grandson whose name is going to be Maximus.
Wow.
It's catching on, this.
Mark started a trend, hasn't he?
It is.
Yeah.
Very good.
So
you can go back and watch any of our old episodes. You can subscribe wherever you get podcasts from. You can look at them on Facebook, YouTube. We're back on the YouTube now.
Yeah, we're back on the YouTube after our unfortunate incidents. Yeah,
we're back on there. And coming up tonight, we've got all the usuals. We're going to do Finnegan's Fortunes.
Well,
we've got Tom's Top Tips.
Yeah, we got Alan's Awful Advice.
I had complaints last week because we ran out of time for Tom's Top Tips.
Yeah.
And so I had people out there stranded for the week.
Noticed you didn't do
just walking around without
know what to do,
any wisdom.
Without guidance in their life.
Yeah, and so I felt bad. So we'll definitely do Tom's Top Tips tonight, don't worry.
Yeah.
So you're going to get that. And we're going to also see if we can get our guests on the wall.
Guests, did you hear that?
Did you hear that?
Ooh, plural.
Because tonight we've got the wonderful Rob and Lou Beamish in, haven't we?
We have. We've got them in, yeah.
And so Rob is a Baptist minister.
Hey, what was that?
I don't know.
Was that you?
I thought that was your stomach.
Wasn't me, mate.
So Rob is a Baptist minister, and he's probably
he's told us not to say which church he's in.
Okay, yeah, just in case, because
he doesn't want.
He doesn't.
Colwyn Bay,
North Wales.
Yeah.
We can do the address later.
Yeah.
And
it's secretary at.
Yeah, for all complaints.
Yeah.
You can send the complaints about us to that as well.
Yeah, send them there. Because we don't read them if they come to us. So what's the point?
Can't read.
No?
So, and so Rob and Lou are on, and they are ace, and we're going to have a good chat with them. But it is important. Before I met Rob, you told me that Rob was
the poshest person I know.
The poshest person he's ever met.
And just speaking to him before off camera, he just keeps confirming it. Every sentence almost. Yeah. He just confirms it.
Yes.
And honestly, you wouldn't believe this lad. Honestly, he's something else. That's why we're behaving ourselves.
We are.
Yeah.
And that's and actually that's Mikey said, why is that Tory drinking wine?
Because he's just had a tax rebate, Mikey.
Yeah.
he's won the 1%, this fella.
So, yeah, that's it. That's great news.
It's called trickle-down economics. This is what I get to lick his glass at the end.
Say, you could sit on the floor and I could pour the dregs in your mouth. But the reason we're drinking wine is because Rob is actually...
He's a connoisseur.
A connoisseur.
Is that how you say it? Connoisseur.
It's probably not how you say it, but that's what we're double down on it now. Connoisseur. So he's a wine connoisseur, and so he's going to tell us.
And it's raining.
It's raining now, if you can hear that. He's going to tell us where our wine came from tonight, that Allan got us in, but I can already tell you it's Tesco's. Or possibly bargain booze.
No, I went
it's
one
Payday,
better.
Tesco's.
At Payday, I went to Booze Buster on Marion Square. Booze Buster, Marion Square.
Very good.
Top shop.
Giving them a shout out now. They might sponsor us.
Yeah.
Very good.
They do milk and everything. Honestly. Yeah. Brilliant. What a place.
Do you know what? Okay, this could be a north-south thing as well, and I don't know whether to kick this bee's nest. But when I first came up to Liverpool, I was amazed that when I went to buy, some drinks for the evening at the Booze Buster, when you go in, all of the ale it's locked behind, like the whole shop.
This is a north-south because I've
hidden, like it's protective glass all the way around, so you can't actually touch any of the produce.
I've been down south, right? Yeah. And generally a nice-ish person, and I wouldn't steal and all that type of stuff. Generally wouldn't steal, right?
Good.
But I went down south.
That's what you want from a minister, isn't it? Someone who's willing to say they definitely wouldn't steal. That's part of the
I didn't say
entrance.
definitely. And I went down south, Tom, and your off licenses, you can pick the beer up.
You can.
You can pick everything up. Wine, everything.
I mean,
I couldn't believe it. I almost wanted to just take it out the shop to teach you a lesson. It wouldn't have been stealing. I would have been helping you out.
What shocked me was that up north, you're walking into shops.
Some of the chippies are like that in Kirby.
What, and you can't...
You can't get... There's a little hatch that they put the food through. I'm not messing.
So I thought you're walking into a shop and they're assuming as you walk through the door that you're coming to steal stuff. That's what their assumption. We had my wife Emma in, and she told the story about getting held up at gunpoint, didn't she? That's worth a listen.
She ends up winning. Stealing 10 pence off the fella.
She did.
Yeah. I don't know.
Josh Dignam's saying it's only in Liverpool. That's not a Manchester. Not a Manchester. They should have it in Manchester. I'm just going to throw that out there.
Definitely have it in Manchester.
Tal saying all the church merch is robbed. If I'm just going to throw this out there, Tal, and this I know, if it's been in church lost property for more than 6 months, that's the property of the ministers. Then that's how we top up our salary. That's how it works.
That's how it works. That's how we pay for this type of stuff.
That's so very good, very good.
I mean,
evening, Craig. Nice to have you in, mate. Very good. Sorry, what were you going to say, Al?
I was going to say the credit card bill's in. End
of the month.
It's the end of the month.
Do you know what? And
Mrs. F will be.
If you've not heard, we bought this piece of equipment on the basis that the Baptist Union of Great Britain.
Not the Union of Great Britain.
No.
Let's just name them. Baptist Insurance Company.
Baptist Insurance Company.
Let's just name them. Stick it.
You can tag them in this on Facebook. The Baptist Insurance Company did a competition for Tales of Technology. Looking for the most innovative
Baptist churches out there
and
doing innovative things.
So we're doing a podcast.
Technology.
We're doing a podcast. We thought we were a shoe-in to win it. There was a cash prize. So we bought this on Alan's credit card, and then we didn't win.
No.
We didn't even place. There was loads, about 20 people placed, got £500, didn't get a penny.
We didn't get a penny, no.
So, but this week, because we've got 4 guests, we doubled down and we bought an extra microphone as well. So, did that go in on this month's credit card statement, or will that be next month?
She doesn't know yet.
Okay.
That'll probably come in on next month's. She won't be watching.
Look at these. Right. Joyce has found the emojis. Look at them.
She's
fuming.
She's fuming. Oh. Yeah.
But it's really. Does it make my voice sound brill though, Joyce? It's worth it, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know. I know she can't. She can't respond directly,
that
can
quick,
she?
Is she?
No.
Unless she comes running through the door and boots your head in.
Very good. Very good. Okay. Well, what else has been happening this week?
What's your week been like?
Broke my glasses this week.
Did you? And I broke mine as well.
Did you?
Yeah. That's why I've got these ones on. These are like.
Do you know what? They actually look better. Stick them on a sec. They look better than your normal ones.
Do they?
Straight down the. Oh no! Hang on.
No.
Maybe it's not those ones that I was thinking about.
It's not. I broke them. They're only from Home Bargains. £2.
Mine I got from the big chain. What's them called? Specsavers. They weren't that. They were expensive, and they just broken my hand. And I think when you've had them just over a year, and so I don't think I'm going to get any money back. But I did phone them, and when
I'm taking mine back to Home Bargains. £2.
Yeah, exactly. I would.
I tried to glue them. Soft lad said glue them with some super glue.
That's true.
So I got the super glue. It took ages to glue them and all that. And then they finally stuck. And I put them on. And it melted my eye. My eye started. I was like, ah! He literally, and he went, oh yeah, it did that to me when I did it. I'm like,
and the glue,
you could have told me.
You think the glue's dry, but it does do it for days.
Yeah, it does. I can't wait. I threw them in a bin.
Just weeping out of one eye.
You're like that fella off Casino Royale. Tell on the poker game. Honestly, it was. I threw them away. Can't wear them.
Well, you only pay £2 for them from Home Bargains.
£2. Cost of living crisis on,
Well, there you go.
Trickle down economics. I can only afford £2 glasses, lad.
Well, I called Specsavers thinking I'd try and get a refund or something, and I phoned them and it rung for ages. No one answered. Brilliant. And then after I couldn't leave a message. All that happened was a voice recording came on which said, "No one can answer your call right now, but don't worry, we've logged your number. We'll give you a call back."
Yeah, and
Still waiting.
And your call is important.
Yeah,
to
your
us.
call's important for us. Someone will be calling you back. I'm like, how long do you wait before you call again? Thinking, oh, don't worry, Specsavers have got you.
Yeah, they're on it. They're on it. I'd wait if I was you. Never mind. What else happened this week? We started your extension. We carried on doing it.
We did.
This nightmare that's become an extension. You know?
It's turned out to be a longer job than we thought it might be.
It got all complicated, you know, building inspectors and underpinning houses and everything.
Don't say that. My neighbours might be watching.
Your neighbour's not going to be watching this.
Oh, that's true, actually. Even my closest friends don't watch this. What's Tal saying now? I started running today for Finnegan's. Oh, every time I see
Is she running?
Tom at work, I run away. Oh, okay, here we go. It's a joke. If you don't... okay, just before I read this comment... we do nugget of the week each week now, and so we've got some nougat. Do you know what? I'm going to raise the stakes.
You can't give our gift away.
Can I not? No, I'm going to. So this week, our nugget of the week is going to get our fancy nougat. So this is... We're opening the other pack for our guests because it's fancy. We can't give them the home bargain stuff.
I offered him some before, and to be honest, he just said, we have no need for it.
What does that mean?
Means he's never seen it because it's
no,
just not posh enough.
Think that's no. I don't know. Actually, it's coming back to me from living down south. I actually think that we have no need for it means we're full. Like we don't want to eat it. I think that's what it means.
No, he definitely didn't mean that.
Oh, okay.
He definitely meant why would you eat that?
Oh, we have no. Yeah, okay, maybe that's what it means. It doesn't mean like he doesn't
mean
know what to do with it.
No, he knows what to do. You put it in your mouth and chew it, don't you?
Yeah, okay.
It's not hard, is it?
So, nugget of the week. Nugget of the week. So, if you come up with the best comment this week,
having a week off.
You will get fancy nougat and a normal nougat. Okay, we'll throw them both in. So, if you get the best comment this week, the funniest comment or the most biting, we encourage people getting at Allan. That you get extra points for that. But Tal said, anyway, because I started running today for Finnegan's. Every time I see Tom at work, I run away shouting, "Run! The Tories are coming."
That's going to win that.
Do you know what, though?
She's supposed to be doing a fundraiser
for us, supposed to be raising money to pay for our
Well, it wasn't to pay for this, but it'll have to be to pay for this. It will be. Because she was raising money so that we could get to Finnegan's bar, this is the only reason we did it. We wanted to get to Finnegan's bar in Minneapolis, where your mate lives. We want to see him. Go to the bar, do a podcast from Finnegan's bar. It was going to be ace. But we bought that.
We bought that instead. Win. So
Tal's doing 600 marathons.
Yeah, but she's running from me. So that's up there. That's chance of nugget of the week. So
and I wasn't here last
Mikey
week.
said as well. Mikey was on co-hosting last week. It's worth a watch. Don't worry about your neighbours not watching, mate. Last week I was at Tom's for tea, and even his kids don't want to watch him.
Yeah, I was at a gig last week. I was in Maidstone, Kent. A good 6.5. I mean,
I thought you gave it 6, and then Tony Vino
6.5.
jumped. And what did Tony say?
6.75.
Ah, nice.
Yeah, so you know, for a church gig, that's not bad. You know,
Christians don't like laughing.
They don't laugh, do they?
They don't like laughing. I found
they're too scared to laugh in case they're laughing at something inappropriate.
Yeah.
And the minister sees.
Which is when you're telling jokes, as often is the case.
Well, possibly. You know, wasn't my fault. You know, it's the way I've been brought up, Tom. I can't help it.
No, it's fine, isn't it? No, very good. 6.75 from Vino, that's right.
And then I done another gig on a Friday, I think. Friday night.
2 gigs in a week.
Chester, that
Pay for your holidays.
That was another sound. They were sort of poshish, you know what I mean? Where you can tell they're liking it, but they don't laugh. But then 4 of them come up to you afterwards and go, "That was brilliant," and you think, "Why don't you laugh then? What's the matter with you?"
I think what it often is with posh people is comedy kind of goes to like those dark places where the pain and the
and they've got none.
And they've got
none.
Can't relate
they've just
got
it.
Joy and happiness.
They can't relate to it.
So they can't relate to what you're saying.
Maybe that's what it is.
Very good.
Never mind, eh?
Chris is watching. She's saying, "Are you dissing our nugget?" We're not dissing it, Chris. We're giving it away as a prize.
I wasn't giving it away, Chris. I wasn't. I was going to eat it, but you know. And it is nuggets. I like the way you said that, Tom.
Okay, anyway, moving on. I think it is time.
It is time.
We've made them wait for long enough, but it is time to welcome our wonderful guests for this week. It is Rob and Lou Beamish. Yes. Yes. Very good. Nice to have you here, guys. Thank you so much for coming to join us.
No, it's good to be here.
Pleasure.
It is. And you've
International guests.
They are. They've driven. Where have you come from?
Over borders, North Wales.
North Wales. Yeah. Very good. Very
good.
good.
You are the most international guest we've had on this.
Yeah.
Ever.
It's quite a claim, and
as well as the poshest.
Yeah.
I think that's slightly overstated on many levels.
No, well, Rob, just let people tune in to your accent for a second there.
No, but I'm from Pompey. So from Portsmouth.
But, do you know what? I know people from Portsmouth, and none of them go, I'm from Pompey. I've never heard anyone say it like
we
that.
used to drive past Fratton Park every day to go to school. But
Quickly.
But obviously, in Portsmouth, it's not called Fratton Park, it's Fratton.
Fratton.
You can't bring yourself to say it, can you?
No.
Actually, it really does offend me to say. I feel like I'm letting my whole family down.
So when you
Your mother.
My mother, yeah.
What was school like then? What was school?
What was school?
Because you said you drove past Fratton Park.
We drove from
so what was school
50 miles
like?
away. School was like just a normal everyday school if it was run by French monks. I suppose that's the way to put it. If it's an all boys school run by monks that basically...
It wasn't a boarding school then?
Boarding and day school, but I didn't board. I was a day pupil.
Day schooler.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
And they had lots of policies about haircuts and things like that. And we actually made it. It was mentioned
Looks like you took that one serious.
Absolutely, yeah. No, there was a whole thing about you couldn't have centre partings.
Yeah, okay.
So smashed it.
You just went for one big part.
It's the one thing I've achieved.
Yeah, well done.
Absolutely.
Hey, tick.
Absolutely. Well, you got to take the wins, can't you?
You've got to take the wins. Yeah.
Do you get banter, Rob? I just want to check this first of all because we've come in pretty hard, pretty quickly.
He defo gets banter.
Do you? Do you get it?
I do get. I just internalise any hate and just put it inside and just weep later. But it's fine now. I do get the banter.
He does
Very
get
good.
banter. Tom.
He does good.
Well, I get it from my wife, you see. So
Yeah.
that's the thing, because my wife's not posh at all.
Thank
So
you.
Lou,
Thank you.
Luke, yeah.
where were you from?
I am from Norfolk,
Okay, sorry,
little village somewhere.
little
Nice.
place somewhere,
Yeah.
Countryside.
countryside.
right.
Yes.
Very
We
good.
say, yeah, farming family, so very countryside.
Oh, very nice. So did you go to private school as well?
No, didn't.
No.
No.
Did you just
No.
go to a run-of-the-mill county
did.
primary like I went to? Yeah,
That's me.
one of them.
Yeah. No choice. You just went
no
to that
choice.
one.
Just you're going there. It's the nearest. Get there.
That's it.
Walk as well.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, it's a walk. Yeah, not driven past Fratton Park.
No.
Well, I mean, you wouldn't want to walk, would you? Absolutely fine. But the thing that Lou isn't saying, for a long time, we've been married 20 years.
20 years.
20 years. And the big thing was about, really state education is the best. What school do our kids go to, darling?
Oh, hang on.
No, literally not.
Just
Hang on.
yourself
So
out.
embarrassing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do they go to a
No.
private? Don't name it, but do they go to a
No.
private school? What do they do?
They do now,
Yeah.
but only because
Only 'cause
of
he works
his
there.
family.
Oh, here we go. Game on.
I have
Game
had
on.
to, just ditch all my principles.
His
Because of
family,
him.
Exactly. So.
his family have paid for your kids to go to
Basically,
that
yeah.
school. You're
Yeah.
saying, aren't you?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and it would be rude then
Not
against
to.
his family not
Yeah.
to. Yeah.
Yeah.
Even though they are deceased.
When we,
Yeah,
and they wouldn't
no.
actually know.
My parents
but
are dead, so they
So
wouldn't
is
know.
dead.
Sorry.
your dead parents are
Bring it down
paying.
a bit.
My dead parents are paying, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So our hands were tied. There was nothing we could do.
Yeah, so the money...
It's not like they're going to come and sell you off.
Well, no, but the money was left
Oh,
to them
in trust.
for education.
In trust.
We've got. I love the
Anyway.
places we've gone very early.
Very
in this
early. Sorry,
interview.
that was too-
This
So
is
good.
painful for me.
Oh,
We'll focus on him. It's
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
Lou.
yeah.
Don't
yeah.
worry.
I love that.
His family. He
yeah.
told me a little bit about his family, Tom.
Go on then.
And I thought he was posh already,
Yeah.
and now think he's posher.
Go on.
Honestly, he's got an uncle.
We've
Lives
all
in
got uncles.
No.
Well, I've
His
got
office-
various...
Cousin.
his cousin.
Is it a cousin's...
cousin? So he's
a cousin,
even
the
closer.
cousin's husband.
His office is in the Empire State Building,
Wow.
and his apartment, his £5 million apartment,
Yeah.
is 2 blocks away.
£5 million apartment.
Trickle down economics, mate. It's all right. Look where it gets you.
Sorry, it gets you into a shed in
Colwyn
Netherton.
Bay. Secret location.
Sorry. Oh, sorry, secret location, was I meant to?
Do you know what? We're actually we're doing our live special from New York, aren't we? In an apartment.
Yeah. Just 2 blocks away from the Empire
Brilliant,
State
that.
Building.
So good.
Can't we tag your cousin in now?
Yeah, D Trump.
D Trump.
Oh, can you imagine? I love that. He'd love this podcast.
He'd love this podcast.
would,
He'd be all over it, wouldn't he?
would be.
Tweeting and everything.
Yeah.
He would be, yeah. He'd love this, yeah. So,
How did you guys meet then?
yeah.
Let's get into. I mean, it's lovely to have a couple on, and we've all. Do you know what?
First couple on, if we don't
First
count
couple.
Emma, like.
Yeah, and we
Emma was
already
on, but
found.
We kept you apart.
Just a bit when we did the education thing, you know, when you find a little wound, a little scab, and you think, "Oh, can we just pick at that a little bit?" No. But how did you guys meet? When did love blossom?
Well, I don't know when that blossomed, but we met.
It's still to come.
Ever hopeful. Yeah, it's my sister that we have to blame, really. They
Nice.
did a gap year with the Baptist Missionary Society in Jamaica.
Wow!
Oh, of course you did.
Because we had interviews, and I was 18, had various choices, and they said, "Do you want to go to Belgium, or do you want to go to Jamaica?" So we're not going to Belgium, am I? I said, basically.
How's that the two options? What are the Baptists doing?
It was a long time ago. There were other
Yeah.
options.
Not anymore.
There was Zimbabwe was an option.
Okay,
But yeah, I wasn't going to Belgium.
no. Chocolate and beer, though.
Yeah,
isn't it, to Belgium?
and Tintin, I suppose. Anyway,
Yeah.
so met Lou's sister.
Van der Vaart.
Yep,
Yeah.
met Lou's sister on a year out.
great.
Yeah.
Then
So
stayed
let
in
me
touch.
just
Yeah.
stop a second
Oh,
here.
you met
You
Lou's
met
sister.
Lou's sister. So we
Yeah.
can't just let that float
No,
by,
I heard
can
that
we?
as well.
I heard.
Met Lou's sister. Sorry, Lou's sister. You're probably lovely. However, Rob.
Yeah. What happened? Was there any love? Was there not? Can I talk? What happened? What? Because you got to the. How did
Because
you?
you went on a gap year with
Yeah.
the sister.
Well, with a
Yeah.
team. There were
Yeah,
six
yeah,
of
yeah.
us
But the
on
sister was
team.
there.
So you're going out with Lou's sister first?
No.
You come back.
No,
You
no.
come back and get with Lou.
Yeah.
Not straight away.
No.
Not straight
No,
away. No,
no.
6 years
And-
later.
6 years.
Ironically, I had met him, but I did think he
That
was a bit
centre
too
part's
posh.
a bit big.
No, I thought he was a bit too posh for me.
Yeah.
I can't possibly think. I know you said. I don't even remember meeting you the first time.
Great.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. It's
You know
hard
what,
to be
we're-
won over.
We should get more couples on, Tom, shouldn't we?
Do you know what? I think we're even doing a little. I've got some advice for things to say on dates later. That's
Yeah.
my Tom's top tips,
Okay.
and I can't even remember meeting you the first time. It's not. It's not part of that.
But the first time then we kind of met again. So I stayed
Second
in
time.
contact with the second time. The first time I remember. So I
When the
stayed in contact.
servants weren't around.
I know. Wasn't anyone? There wasn't a PA there to remind me. So I went to. So I stayed in contact with Lou's sister and then brother-in-law. She was already with someone when I first met her.
Okay.
With her now husband, my brother-in-law.
Oh,
And-
not Lou was already with someone.
No,
The sister that got
The
away
sister.
was
Yeah,
already
yeah,
with someone.
yeah.
Is that what we're
She was a
saying?
cat.
absolutely. Well, she was. I mean,
Yeah.
it's awkward. I mean, she's amazing.
Carry
It was
on.
awkward
Yeah,
territory.
shut up. Rob.
So I went to their house so I could stay nearby for an induction of another minister, which is exciting, isn't it? To go-
Yeah.
Very good.
It's like
Rock
very
and
kind of
roll,
rock and roll.
Baptists, yeah.
And then Lou's sister said, "Well, don't worry, my sister will be there, but she won't get in the way." And then said to you, "Rob's coming, but he won't get in the way."
Yeah, but I knew why she was
Oh,
invited.
really? That was
Oh,
a
yeah.
blind. It was a blind
I've told
date.
you this before.
I know. I think I remember. But then the first thing you said to me was, "How's Vicar Factory?" Because I was training to be a minister.
Yeah.
So that's on a date. How's Vicar Factory?
Yeah. So that's.
And that caught him.
He's my,
Yeah. Yeah.
he's my favourite Baptist minister.
Oh,
Very good.
Really? That's a
Hang
bit
on,
harsh
Have
to
you met
tell
many?
me.
What are you saying? To be fair, though.
Have a word.
No, but it can be. There's different leagues, isn't there? So
Yeah. That's. Oh wow.
It's like Premier League, innit?
Do you know what?
We're Vauxhall Conference.
That's fun little game we could do is we could ask people who are watching who their favourite minister is.
Adam, me and you.
Well, yeah.
Okay, let's put it out there.
Let's see.
Who's your favourite?
Let us
This
know.
nugget.
Let
or
us
me?
know and why. Who's your favourite Baptist minister? If
You
not,
can pick
obviously-
anyone else as well.
Yeah. Well, yeah. No.
If you know any, but
I'm assuming we're the best two.
well, we thought we were going to win the prize, Tom,
That's
and look
it.
at it now.
Didn't happen,
You want to
did
see
it?
my bill?
It didn't happen. So Mike saying Tom's top tips: never ask couples how they meet. Very good. Oh, and Chris says I can tell you about our first date. That's not with you, Alan, is it? What you mean? But
No,
her
not me.
first date with Pete. Okay,
Must
go
be
on.
Pete,
Tell
yeah.
us, Chris. Tell us.
Tell us.
Do you know
Put it
what?
in the
I
comments.
think that would be a good thing, actually. Could anyone tell us what was the
their first date.
first date?
Where was it? What was it like?
the best first date they went on? And so
Yeah.
that might not be
Might not be with the
the
current
person
partner.
who they're with. We like to stir the pot.
That
tonight.
would be fun.
So let us know.
We'll
when
ask Rob what his best first date was in a minute.
You give him too long to think about it now. He's got time to think.
It was that time that I didn't remember I was seeing Lou.
So let us know in the comments, what was your best first date?
Yeah.
What was your first date with Joyce? Al?
First date with Joyce, we argued. I'm not even messing.
No, but
She's watching.
Where
she'll
did you
back it
go?
up.
What did you do?
I met her in someone's house.
Yeah.
And we went round because my mate fancied the other girl who was there.
Yeah.
So I went round with him and Joyce was there and me and her argued about music because she liked Motown and all that and I liked Pink Floyd. So I was telling her music was rubbish
Yeah.
and she wasn't having it.
And was that a date though, or was that
No,
just
that
how
wasn't
you...
really. That was
No.
you said the first time we met.
No date, first date.
First
That's what we're
date.
asking people.
First date was probably I don't know what, was it no. We argue about this as well. We argue
Yeah.
about everything, I think.
Oh.
just from memory now.
Yeah.
The first date was, I met her in a party
Yeah.
and I took her home to her house
Yeah.
in the posh end of Bootle, right?
Nice.
Hardy Avenue, right? And
Married
I
up.
said to her, I'll see you tomorrow. And she said, no, I can't. I've got to do my mum's ironing. You know, that old chestnut? Yeah?
I've heard some elaborate excuses to
Get
never
out
see
of
someone else again.
yeah.
But
And
I've
then
got
she
to do my
quickly
mum's
said,
ironing.
but I can see you the next day. And I went, oh, okay.
Ah.
Right. So I turned up.
Do you know what she was doing there? I think she
8
was...
o'clock.
Yeah, 8 o'clock.
Turn up, 8 o'clock. We go at meet 8 o'clock. I don't know where we went after this. Must have went to the pub or something.
Romantic.
And she said, I went down there, 8 o'clock. Guess what? She wasn't ready. Now, there's a theme that's followed me my whole life. She wasn't ready.
So this is pre-mobile phones.
Oh, yeah, this is pretty
So you just sat there waiting while she's getting ready.
I had to go in the house then. You know what I mean? The mum and dad and all that. And the mum and dad were religious and stuff. And they were like, who's this little scallywag trying to take me daughter out? Yeah, praying for me and all that. Yeah.
Sounds
So
great.
she was doing it here. Which, honestly, if you knew my life,
You should have known.
I should have known then.
You should have known at that
Yeah.
point.
What was your first date like?
With Emma?
Yeah, because I know. You were with someone else first, weren't you? Or she was.
Not while there was no crossover.
No, I don't mean on the same night.
No.
No, I don't mean it was a double date.
Yeah.
Player.
No, we. So, yeah, I'd had another girlfriend before Emma. That's
I
fine,
thought
isn't
you
it?
had a girlfriend,
Yeah.
and then you seen Emma and went woo woo, and then the girlfriend suddenly got binned.
No.
I'm
That's
sure
not
that's
what
the
happened.
case.
That
Are you
does-
sure?
Anyway, let's
Emma.
move on.
Emma.
We went out. Me and Emma went out
Okay.
on a date. I drove up to Coventry because that's
Yeah,
where
that's-
she
yeah.
lived. So we went out to Warwick Castle,
Oh,
which obviously part of
part of what? Part of the family.
part of the family estate. No, went to Warwick Castle and Castle.
Well, the council's better.
Yeah, and we played a game. This cub game. I don't know if you played. It's brilliant, Viking Cub. But I thrashed her and I think I was very competitive about it, and kind of that didn't go down too well.
You're still together.
Yes, but towards the end of towards the end of the date, I think because I hadn't asked her officially to be my girlfriend, she thought I was
Binning it off.
messing around. Like, what's he doing? Come out for a date and he's not even any commitment. And so she got all grumpy with me at the end of the date. Like, I thought we were having a lovely time. Suddenly turned, and again, this is an ongoing theme where you have to realise quite
to
quickly
guess.
what's gone wrong.
Yeah. Well,
And I've got better as time.
we were having a great time, and suddenly I
Yeah.
can sense a change in
Yeah.
the mood.
Yeah,
I don't know what I've done, but I've clearly done something.
that's
It's that, innit?
Yeah, and
And
so
then you're like,
I worked it out.
help.
Yeah. So I worked it out, and I had to drive after her then because she'd gone off to work, and say, "Oh no, yeah, would you be my girlfriend?" And then
See, that me and Joyce argued the other way around because she thinks that we got together 2 days before.
yeah,
But I didn't ask her till 2 days after. So I'm like, Emma.
yeah,
I was like, hey, it's polite to be asked, girl.
yeah, presumptuous.
Yeah.
And so then I
which is where we get our PIN number for our bank card.
which is
I'm not telling you that.
I actually know what your pin number
do,
for your
yeah.
bank is.
But that explains why it is, because it's 2 days difference.
Ah,
you
oh,
go.
that's lovely.
Isn't it romantic?
That's really
You
nice.
said I had none.
The 6th and the 8th.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Anyway.
Sorry, just guess. Keep guessing.
Yeah. just
That's
every
probably
2
dangerous,
days.
actually.
Probably is, yeah.
But so yeah,
I have to change it now, won't I?
But I
It's also the alarm for my house. It's everything, to be honest. Just have me life.
how did you? Have we asked you about your first date?
We did.
Well, we
no,
halfway.
No, go on.
Did
Yeah.
we? So official first date.
Yeah.
I guess I wanted to test his muscle a bit, and I took the posh boy to Great Yarmouth
Oh, fancy.
in
Fancy.
December.
In December.
And if anyone knows
Warmish.
Blackpool, it's nothing like that. It's
No.
worse.
Yeah.
Bless it.
Yeah.
It's still better than Rail, though, isn't it?
Brill rail.
You
We-
can't
we-
say
both.
nothing about Rail, can you?
North
It's probably
Wales is
tied.
beautiful.
We live in Netherton, right?
Yeah.
We live in Netherton, and Rill makes us happy that we live in Netherton. Just putting it out there. Trevor Casey.
Yeah.
Love Trevor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful
Rill.
Baptist minister from Rill.
You're trying to
Indeed.
poach him up for up here, aren't you?
I'm trying to get him to Maghull, yeah?
Yeah.
Not happening.
Back off.
Yeah.
Well, back off. Yeah, North Wales. But actually, on our
We
first...
could have a posh fella in Maghull, though.
Oh,
Wouldn't he be
that'd
boss
be
in Maghull?
great.
Yeah?
He'd be
No,
boss in
back
Maghull.
But we'll set it up by the end of the
Although,
night.
he's not just a Baptist minister anymore, is he? We'll get to that in a minute.
We'll
What-
get-
what
okay.
So
more
wait,
questions have we got?
first date.
Yeah,
Well,
sorry.
first
great.
date,
No, it's a
but then
great
also,
Yarmouth.
but then
What
first
happened?
kind of weekend we met, we watched Bill and Ted's Excellent
Oh, yeah.
Adventure in the afternoon. That's a great date movie.
What's it called?
Bill
Bill
and
and
Ted's
Ted's
Excellent.
Oh
Adventure.
wow, yeah, that is a
Yeah.
great movie actually.
That's a
Fair
great movie.
choice.
And then we went
Yeah.
then we went to the pub, and you ended up being a dead fly on the. Were you a dead
No,
fly?
flip flop.
Being a flip flop on the floor. You know when you do.
What?
What's this? And you lie on the floor and put your
It-
arms up.
It was a joke.
I'm a flip flop. No. You
I've never heard of this before.
just lie on the floor and then
Show
do-
us.
So,
Try and lie on the pool table. You're in
so what
scenes.
you have to be a flip.
It was like a joke, like
Okay.
that.
Like what's this?
What's this?
Oh,
A pea on a fork.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then it was. I don't know why. I don't know where it came from.
But you were
It's a
laughing.
long time
It
ago.
was at the country pub,
Yeah.
middle of the floor.
I
First
was,
time I met you.
You know, with like
Rob,
gash
mate.
and
Flip-flop.
stuff like that.
The warning signs were there. What were you-
But then,
Oh,
but
that's
then,
good. That shows a willing to have
But
a
then
fun
that
time.
first
Lovely.
weekend, my brother-in-law sat with me after the weekend on the stairs, saying, "Well, what do you think of Lucy, of Jo, the sister?" And he said, "Be really chuffed if you got married." That's like
Wow.
the first kind of
And
Wow,
it
what you
early
think?
came
on.
true.
Yeah. And that's what I. So me and Emma, after that first date, within 5 months, I'd proposed.
yeah.
And when I proposed, she said to me, "What have you been waiting for?"
Wow.
It's like, yeah, the speed at which,
Modern living.
yeah.
Well,
She thought I was messing around, like I was taking liberties.
5
you were
months.
too long.
I was for taking too long.
Wait,
No,
wait,
she
wait.
did. Yeah, she wasn't too early. Like, what are you thinking?
Yeah.
I've lived in Coventry. We've only seen each other about
We-
four
we-
times.
We were about 4. I think we were 4 months.
She's
after.
regretting that decision now. I can tell
4
you.
months, and I proposed on the beach in Southsea by the model village.
Not Great Yarmouth, did you say?
No, in
No.
Portsmouth.
No, when I thought
Pompey.
Pompey, and just the model village just
Yeah.
left with the sewage outfall. It was beautiful.
Oh,
it was very
lovely.
millennial.
Yeah.
Very millennial.
Very
And what did you say, Lou? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah. Very good. Very good. Let's have a look what people are saying. A couple of people did. I think we ended up one. Oh, hang on. Mark said, my favourite minister is whichever says, I'm a minister of a church in the Scousers voice. That's you then, isn't it?
Mark Williams.
I think he's trying to. Mark
He
was on
took me
last
off
week.
last
He
week,
did a
didn't he?
great impersonation.
I seen
of
it.
you.
I thought
it was top notch.
It was good, man. I'll
Mikey
give you that.
Ferguson said, my favourite Baptist minister, Tim Brown.
Tim Brown. Well, that's not you, is it?
And Mike Creed said, Ian Burley, who used to be the minister at Emmanuel, I think, before
He did.
Alan.
Quite a bit before, yeah.
And do you know what? Jackie's
He was
followed
most
it.
felt-
Jackie's
he was
followed it
most-
up with her favourite one is Ian Burley. as
Yeah,
well.
Ian Burley was most people's favourite
What's
minister
so
of our
gr-
church.
What's so good about Ian Burley? Let us know.
I don't know. I think he's still
amazing.
alive, Tom. I don't think he's dead.
Yeah. Oh, is he?
So he's still good.
They could get him back.
We could get him on, couldn't we?
Yeah,
I don't
we can
think he'd
find
come
out.
on this time.
No, really not. That's what makes him such a good minister.
Yeah.
Okay,
Who's this?
Mikey, mine and Laura's first date. We went out to a bar for my birthday with a bunch of workmates, and we ended up staying out when everyone left, just hanging out together, and ended up having a snog on the first date, Laura. It's nice to remember times we liked each other. Lovely.
We're going to have Laura on soon, aren't we?
We are going to have Laura
She doesn't
on,
know
which
yet,
will be nice. Here we
haven't
go.
know that.
Chris has said, long story, we met on Christian Connection. I told my lovely Christian mum I had met Pete.
Is that like Tinder for Christians?
It is, yeah.
Okay.
She said, I've been praying you would meet a godly man. I said, Mum, he's fab, but he's not Billy Graham. Do you know what? I've met Pete, and that's probably a
He's a
fair
good lad.
assessment. He's not Billy Graham. He's better, isn't he?
Yeah. He's alive.
Yeah. Which I'm sure Chris is appreciate. Very good. All right, I'm just looking. People are going crazy.
What else? Are they going crazy, are they? What?
All right, I'll look at
have we
those in a
upset
minute. Rob, tell us, how did you become a Baptist minister? Like, that's intriguing for us.
No,
You know.
haven't we skipped a level there? How
Go
did
on.
they come to faith first?
Oh yeah. Well, how did you both come to faith?
Yeah,
Maybe we could
both
do
of you.
that
Yeah,
because
both,
it'd be nice to
absolutely.
hear
Yeah.
how Lou came to faith as well. And go for it.
Go on.
You first? Yeah. So parents weren't really in faith at that point, but the whole thing about sending a kid to church because it was kind of, make them a nice person, kind of a good person. So went to this Baptist church, boys' brigade, youth groups, all those kind of things. And then I was 14 and the minister was preaching and he went through that kind of sense of what the gospel is and the fact that perhaps we're separated from God by sin and we need to be saved, we need redemption, about wholeness of life. And I just sat there at 14 going, that makes absolute sense. And so just wandered up afterwards and said, I think that makes perfect sense. I think I'm a Christian. He said, I think you probably are.
Wow.
And that was the start of that kind of journey. And then I got baptized by accident, believers' baptism in the whole
Got
kind
you
of
fall in?
I fall in, yeah. It was open baptism. I was looking
They
at the
still
wall.
count. We add those onto the numbers
Yeah.
at church. If one of the kids falls in the pool,
Yeah,
we
it's
take
just- you
that
have
as
to
a
count it, you have to
conversion.
count it.
You have
You were
to.
just dancing, weren't you?
Absolutely, yes.
Oh, yeah, you've seen him
Yeah,
dancing.
yeah, my dancing is brilliant. I mean,
We could do. See how the night goes.
Yeah.
I did ballet as a kid. And
Oh, come off
and I-
it! You
I
didn't do
did,
ballet
I
as a
did, I
kid.
did.
Of course you did.
Of course I did. I had the leg
Why
warmers.
wouldn't you?
Well, why doesn't everyone? It's beautiful. But anyway,
And
so
not
then,
only did
Billy
you do
Elliot.
not as good.
I
not
wish.
as good.
not only did you do ballet as a kid, but you told us you did ballet as a kid.
I mean, yeah. That's the worst bit of that. You told us.
That's amazing. That's so
Dear
good.
me.
Rob,
I don't
It
even know
is-
where you do ballet.
I don't know.
Well, in a ballet studio.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Sorry. Of course.
Of course you do. Or
Great.
just at my house.
So was
That's
that
what we do.
was it quite a logical response then? Because
Yeah.
you say like, oh, it just made sense, or was there something? Because for some people, logically, you know, we say like, it's not just about, it's not. If you're an idiot, like you're not an idiot if you're a Christian. Do you know what? Logically and rationally,
Yeah.
we say here, don't we? There's people who are very intelligent people.
Yeah.
Not me, maybe not me and Alan, but very intelligent
he's very
people.
intelligent.
And you are. So was it a logical thing, or was it, was it? Some people talk about it being
An
a
emotional
heart
response.
thing or something. Like, what could you pin that down at all?
I think it was both, not
Okay.
to kind of go
Yeah.
middle ground, but I think it was probably quite logical, like what was being said in terms of the communication, the preaching just made sense to me.
Yeah.
And then in recent years, I've been diagnosed on the autistic spectrum. So probably that
Okay.
way of, and hence why I have no filter. Sometimes in what I say just makes perfect sense in my head.
You're amongst good company.
Honestly. It's top entertainment, mate.
Absolutely. You say things and you think, even when you're preaching, you just go, I don't really think I should have said that. And even to my
That's
wife.
why you need to look
to
at
my
me going,
Yes.
I know. But that's why I need my wife just to say. And even the first when I'll come back to the whole
Yep.
faith thing. But we were first married, and our first Lou's birthday when we first got married was when I was teaching primary school at that point. My first day at the school, and we just moved house. We got married, moved house, bought a car, and I opted not to celebrate Lou's birthday. And I would kind of suggest that's not very positive.
What do you mean you opted?
Well, I just
Did you make her aware that you were opting
not
to
really.
do so?
So I didn't. In my head, this whole
It
thing
made perfect sense.
It made perfect sense. I started at school. There was lots going on. We just moved in.
We just won't do it.
I love to each
Do you know what?
other.
If I knew that was an option,
That's every year.
no, I've opted out this year.
but after 20 years, it's just a little bit raw.
I get that. I totally
I
get
didn't
that.
raise
But
it. I'm
you
just
mentioned
saying.
about-
you're Lou. We yeah, that's all right. We saw that. We knew it was Rob who raised that.
Thank you.
But I suppose it was the faith thing was quite logical. But then later on, remember on this year out that was mentioned, I remember this kind of Christmas in Jamaica, and I remember kind of kneeling down in a shower on Christmas Day, and that whole sense of just making a real kind of recommitment. So it was as if that kind of journey, it was always in my heart, but actually that was the point. We go through stages, don't we? It's not just at whatever age you're at. You kind of always recommitting in a sense, or reorientating, refocusing. But that was a particular moment, kind of 5 a.m. I can tell you when it was in this particular shower, just to kind of go, actually, God, you can have everything.
As in a shower, not a rainstorm.
It was a shower. So now that there's an image and a picture that perhaps people don't really want to.
Yeah.
Kneeling down in a shower
But
in Jamaica on Christmas Day.
at 5 a.m,
Thinking to himself, how have I blagged this gig?
in a sense of going, God, I'll give you everything. It
Thank
means
you,
I can
God.
stay here.
There must be a God.
Absolutely.
How have I ended up here on Christmas Day?
Yeah, if you could just pass me the guava juice, I'll be good.
I like that though. In that idea that you're saying, it was both that.
Both.
It's not just like one moment.
Yeah.
Although you've got a bit of that, and I think I
Yeah.
could point to certain moments in my life where I thought, oh yeah, God's real, and but also there's just that kind of over a period of time, that's slow drip or
Yeah.
And then different moments along the journey, in a sense, where stuff happens.
and even I guess parts of those journey, and we've kind of open to talk about doubt and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So parts of that journey where maybe you're not got your faith isn't so strong, and you're thinking, I'm not sure. Maybe there's not God, but coming out over a period of time and sensing that I'm choosing to have faith. I think some people think it's like some people have just got it and it's dead easy just to be a Christian and to have faith and to keep that faith. But my experience has been actually it's a journey that you're on, and actually it ups and downs, and it's a choice at times.
And it's probably unhelpful just to say it's all about, give your moment at which.
Yes.
Wonderful, Lou. I mean, what was it for you? Was it a moment, or was it?
Yeah.
So I'm doing the questions now.
Oh, look at that! Was
Sorry,
like producer Rob. Like, Rob, what are you doing Wednesday evenings? Because we've got.
He's got a PhD in communications.
I could see it happening
see it,
there.
Just in that moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the thing is, I'm not answering your questions because.
Oh yeah, come on. So Lou,
So, Lou, what was it? What was it for you? Was it a moment? Or?
Well,
well, as you've asked.
I, unlike Rob, I was always in church, Holy Family, always went along. First to arrive, last to leave, because parents virtually ran the village chapel. But then I went to a Billy Graham mission in England.
Oh, there's a link.
Yeah.
Do you know what? It's all come together.
It's like there's a plan.
There's a plan for
Was
this
it
evening.
Pete?
Are you sure it wasn't Pete?
He looked a bit like Billy Graham, but
Bootle?
maybe strangely different.
No, but this
Scouse
was
accent.
this was the point where Billy Graham was still alive.
Yeah.
Brutal. Oh, I love that.
And it was the first time I had knowingly heard. I may well have heard and it'd gone over my head or whatever, but it was a choice that I had to make for myself. And it wasn't just about going along with the family and doing the things, doing the actions. It was a personal thing. So I just, for some reason, I ended up standing on my feet, which I was quite a shy person. So it was I was 13. And going forward to this altar call. And then I remember the next day, like, I can't do this. I'm not going to be good enough for this. Don't tell anyone what I've done, Mum. And as you say, it's been a journey of ups and downs, tough times, doubts, and joys.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
And we carry on.
Yeah.
Love it. So good.
Stumble along
Fab.
anyway.
Yeah, that's fine, isn't it? That's fine.
So you were both Christians at early age and then met later on, and then you go from being. I picked up you were a primary school teacher when you got married.
Yeah.
But then you become a Baptist minister.
So I was already a minister when I was a primary teacher.
Okay.
So university.
You just couldn't get a job.
No. No, so at university after.
Which
Which
university?
university, Rob? Come on, which university did you go to?
Just a university
How long?
in the south of England.
Which one was it?
University of Oxford.
Nice.
For
Oxford,
6
because there's
years.
2 in it. Was it Oxford Brooks or was
No,
it
it
the
wasn't
proper
Oxford
one?
Oh, don't swear at it.
Yeah, don't dare you.
Oxford Brooks is a great university. They're all good. They're
Oh,
all good. They're all
They're
good.
all good.
Oxford
Which one's
Brooks.
better?
Not as
Which
good
one's
as
better?
mine.
Not as good as mine. They're all different, aren't they?
We're all different.
They're
We're
all
all
different, it's
Some
all
people are
fine.
clever, some people are dumb.
It's not as binary as that.
No, okay, yeah, that's true. Very good.
Or maybe it is.
Very
I
good.
don't know. Is that a bit sickly?
Okay.
What was the question?
So you're a Baptist minister, but you're a primary
Yeah,
school
how did
teacher.
that-
How did you end up being a Baptist minister first?
So I went to year out, and I was going to go into the army.
Jamaica.
Had a scholarship to go into the army.
I bet you it was an officer school,
Yeah,
wasn't it?
obviously. And I was going to go into the intelligence corps because I wanted to be like James Bond. Because I thought I
nice.
could blend in.
You would
Like,
have
you
as
know.
a secret agent, yeah.
Do you think I could?
You've
Like,
defo
you know-
got that vibe.
Do you know what
Yeah.
the difference is, I think, between posh people and people from a different background?
Yeah.
Is kids, when you're a kid, you say, oh, I want to be James Bond. But for you, it was a real life
it was an
possibility.
option. It was an option.
It was like, oh, okay, son, yeah, sure.
So then,
Anyway.
so did my first degree at college, and then
First degree. We can't do this all night, but you know.
so first degree, and then during that was exploring the whole kind of ministry thing. So I candidated for Baptist ministry at 21.
Wow, that is young, isn't it? That is
Well, that's
super
the
young.
youngest at that point you could be. That was
Wow.
the kind of lowest age. So I was accepted at 21, and then did 3 more years training, bit of postgrad in Oxford, and then was a minister of part of a team of a church plant north of Oxford.
Wow.
But then during that process, I felt God kind of just really saying to me to lay it down. Because
Wow.
because I thought at 21 that I was like the next big thing.
Okay.
And there's this whole kind of bubble, isn't there, about the weirdness of kind of church that you get into like a small pond and you kind of think that, you're going to achieve. And at 21, you think, I'm the future of the church.
Yeah.
And I'm really good.
Didn't ever think that. But...
I
Go
think, and the whole kind of public school thing, I talk about the bubble where you're kind of being told that you're brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if
You are.
kind
That's the problem.
well, you're being told, and actually it breeds healthy confidence, or others would say arrogance and, and pride.
I don't think you're arrogant.
No. But I think the journey was, I got to a point where I realized my discipleship hadn't been brilliant. I think some of the modeling of ministry wasn't great. And I think God was saying, actually, you need to be prepared to lay it down and just to say, actually, I won't do it. Because actually, I thought that I'd achieved something in myself in being a minister. I was top of some kind of weird pile in that sense. The glamorous life of sports cars and fast yachts and those kind of things of being a minister. And God needed to teach me that actually it was just about Jesus and about kind of loving people and loving God in the midst of all of that. So lay it down. So then that was the point. So I didn't seek what we call settlement. I didn't seek a church at all. I said, actually, they were really confused that I'm going to become a primary teacher.
Wow.
And I really wanted to teach infants because of
John
the name
Rogers, isn't it?
Yeah.
All over again.
Yeah, so then Lou and I then met again after 6 years later, and then it just all kind of fell into place. And then when we first married, I was doing a PGC in south of England, Winchester, to taught primary school, and then went to a great church, kind of in a sense, had everything kind of reorientated, put back in order, and then kind of went back into church.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
That's great.
I
think...
So, Lou, you didn't marry a Baptist minister then, did you?
No, but when we got together, he was in his final stages of training, so
Okay.
I knew.
Okay.
It was eyes wide open.
She knew there was a problem.
It's your own fault then. That's all I'm going to say.
As far as you can ever.
My wife
work
can
this
always
out.
say, I married a builder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I married a student.
Ah,
It's
Eternal
fine.
student.
I got my first job when I was 25, so it's okay.
wow.
My first paycheck was
Right.
25.
He was a kept
Wow.
man.
That's amazing.
Wow.
It's not amazing.
Isn't that normal?
No.
Isn't that normal?
Oh, that's so good to hear. And interesting about that thing around success as well, and success, failure, and because I think in life, just generally, we
Yeah.
feel like there's a total pressure to be a success, you know, and as Christian, you know, even in the Christian, as a Christian, as you're experiencing, there's still that pressure you felt maybe to be
Absolutely.
successful in life. But as faith, how does faith play into that in terms of, you know, because I think as far as I've experienced so far, like I'm hoping that God doesn't have like a leadership board with like all of us on it, you know, like because I'm above Allan, but I'm not near the top.
To be honest, most people are above me, aren't they? Let's be fair.
But what do you think about success and failure? I don't know. Even Lou maybe could talk into this as well, because
But I
Lou.
suppose like comparison culture is a big thing.
Yeah,
so
go
we're
on.
always comparing. So even we've just done it just then, and
Yes.
actually, you know, it's going to sound all very spiritual, but that's not the gospel, is it, at all? And all that
Go on,
consumer.
talk to that for a sec then, because for some people that doesn't. People
Yeah.
don't know what that means.
So
Or
it's that sense of however you see kind of creation. We're told that we're made in God's image. His life's breathed into us. Every person is valuable and matters. And that sounds like some kind of cheesy bumper sticker, but we have to believe that everyone is valuable and beautiful and matters. And then actually, then we kind of want to kind of create order to the chaos by kind of putting these categories in of those that are more successful, those who achieve more, and then we use those kind of categories of, well, actually that person doesn't have much but they're happy, that person is rich and they're not happy. We're trying to compare ourselves to try and find our place, whereas when I say the gospel, the good news, I would say, of the cross of Jesus, is actually none of that matters. You know, Christ, who was God, who died for us. You think, well, actually, I think if God's not laughing at us, but I think that's the kind of stuff make him just kind of just go, what are you doing? You're missing the point. And Lou, you've often talked about comparison, the way we compare ourselves to everyone else. And it's just kind of poisonous. I was thinking, if I'm not speaking at Spring Harvest or one of these big Christian conferences, then I haven't achieved. Whereas actually, I think I'm now really at peace with actually what I'm doing, life is the beautiful thing. And actually all the other stuff, that doesn't matter.
Yeah. And Lou, you even said when you first became a Christian, or like when you properly, there was a sort of like panic of like, oh, am I good enough for this? And it feels so ingrained like into us that there's this sense of being good enough or comparing ourselves, and I think that keeps a lot of people away from the church. I don't know if it's just that's something about us as human beings, or sometimes certain churches do that more like badly. But for you, how have you found that in your walk, as a Christian, how that balance? I don't know if that was a proper question, but I'd love to hear an answer. The comparison culture thing for you, and
speaking as female,
okay.
Comparison culture is a massive thing, and we see it, in our own children now, and it just breaks my heart because it really stifles the potential that we all have as human beings. We just got to be ourselves, and it's so easy to trip that out in front of a camera, and I struggle with it a lot. It is one of my biggest battles, but my level-headedness knows it's just doing damage, really. And actually, the fact that it's good to get past it, because then I, like a lowly country bumpkin like me, can end up marrying a walking brain from a very different background, because I can't. If I sort of put us both down on paper, it's like, well, what would he see about me? But I know love comes into it also, but it's great. But no, what am I trying to say? When you bring different
kind of human categories.
And it can do something really beautiful when you ditch all that. You've got to be in this bracket, or blah 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 blah. You've got to, Anyway,
it's all false category in the category of like. The whole class thing of posh and this and that. It is.
No, that's very real.
It's very real.
That's what people at the top say.
Yeah, that's what everyone at the top
says that.
There's no such thing as classes.
But I say nougat. I wouldn't eat it. But I say nougat. But I vote Labour.
Yes, we told him to say that. This could go south very quickly. But no, I find it is interesting. It is really interesting. I think even. Oh man, I can't even tell. I'm not very good. What was the film I watched? This is going to be a rambling. story.
Well,
it feels like it was Star Wars or June or something like June, maybe. Where there's a dad and the son, and the dad just says to the son,
Was it Finding Nemo?
Yeah, that one.
It's a big orange fish.
Yeah.
Have you seen June?
Yeah, I have. It's
okay,
brilliant.
so the one I think the dad's saying to the son, because the son's not sure if he wants to be the king or something.
Yeah,
next.
so the next kind of emperor of the
See, you know what I mean. And he says something. I'll butcher this.
The Lion King.
The line is. The line is.
It's a classic narrative.
Even if you don't do that, you'll still be succeeding at the one thing that matters, which is being my son. I've butchered that, but it's something like that. And I'm like, for me, you know, as a Southerner, I can cry. I'm allowed to show emotions, and that for me is the thing, isn't it? Like that with God, that I have to remind myself. It's like with my kids and that, you know, I love them. Like it's not like they have to. That's just comes inbuilt. You know, it's not that they have to do anything to get that love. They just come. It's just like they're just who they. It's just who they are, and they get it. That's and for us, I think it's like trying to remind ourselves that it's not like, oh, if you preach at Spring Harvest, God's going to love you more.
Yeah.
I mean, not Spring Harvest, rubbish. No.
But it doesn't mean there's not ambition, but I think it's in kind of for me, it's a godly perspective. And I think, you know, Lou's amazing. I think the whole kind of category of 20 years of marriage, I still believe. I love you, darling.
Thank you.
But that
Still believe.
I still believe. But actually, often when I see this, like almost like it's the first time. That's a bit romantic. But it is generally. But I think
Sounds like a Tom Stop
It's
tip.
date night.
no, but actually, but we didn't like the candle.
I like
Yeah.
the candle.
It's date night.
Go on.
Date night.
It's been out for
Very
ages.
good.
Oh, we can't
Very
see
That's
good.
my fault. Sorry, darling.
Let's have a look. There's a few comments coming in here.
I can't.
Rob normally gets the servants
Normally
to
the
light the
servant
candles.
lights it, yeah.
I've never had to do it before.
Debbie's saying Tom talks to everyone and bribes the children with sweets. What's not to like? Aurora thinks Alan is funny, even though she won't communicate with him in person. Well, he
In
wouldn't
fairness,
talk to
I
her
won't
either.
communicate with her neither, will I? So.
Very good, very good. And Josh Dignam says, when I did jiu-jitsu, my tutor used to say some of the fittest athletes are ballet dancers, apparently. So that's a thing.
Yeah, they are very strong.
Emma's saying, Rob, do you...
I think I got to fighting no hardy.
No.
No, jiu-jitsu. Come on, Josh.
Emma's saying, Rob, do you still do you do expressive ballet dancing still, Rob?
In
Is that
worship
still
with a
thing?
red ribbon.
Yeah.
It's been known
Very
in certain
good.
settings.
What, have you carrying on with them?
No, you crack on.
No, I was just saying, one of the things that Rob, for people who don't know, Rob is a wine connoisseur, as we mentioned at the beginning.
Yeah.
And
he brought me wine.
Yeah,
Very
he
good.
brought me one. It's in the house. But he knows everything about wine.
Okay.
He tried to
That's
talk
not
to me
quite
once.
true.
He tried to talk to me once
Yeah.
about it, and it was just like, he lost me completely. Talking about buying bottles, and if you're spending about a fiver, you're wasting your money, you're getting 20 pence worth of wine and all this stuff.
Okay,
You need to be spending over at least £12, I think he said, 12 to £15 a bottle.
Okay.
Otherwise,
Wow.
you're wasting
Fancy.
your life, you know.
Fancy.
And I'm thinking, 15 quid, I can get 3. Right, that's what I'm thinking. Right, but anyway, so we thought tonight we'd have a little bit of a wine tasting thing. So we are getting a little bit on, so we'll get the wine tasting.
Yeah.
So
Well,
Rob, you're going to start with
Okay.
where you're starting. We've got 3.
I'll
We've got
start
a
with the
red,
whites.
a
I'll start with the
rosé,
whites.
and a white. So we're
Yeah,
going
you
to
always
start
go-
with
you
the
always-
white.
You always to go through the.
See, I wouldn't have even known that. You'd always start with the white. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah.
Why is that, Rob? Why do you always start with If you've got any wine at home, you can join us because Rob's going to show us how to do it properly and everything.
I'll get the bottles so we can.
Yeah, where are you going?
Okay.
I'm only here. I'm only going here.
Here we go. Mark Williams has said, you say nougat, but you don't eat it. We found an even higher level of posh. Very good, very good. Go on, Rob. What were you saying? Sorry.
Well, I think Lou was going to point out, I've got to pick the fruit flies out of the wine. So it's high
They're
quality.
I thought,
Free.
That's your protein.
That's my
Yeah.
protein.
okay.
Oh, my
Very
jeans,
good.
sorry. It's good. It's burning through my
We're
jeans.
still alive.
That's Alan's best bottle.
There we go. No, we're good. We're
Booze
good.
Busters finest.
Absolutely. So we're doing a quick tasting thing.
Okay, so how
So-
do you taste? How do you taste the wine? It's for
So
people at home.
you
For people at
do,
home, how do you?
Eyes, nose, mouth. That's the thing. So what do you
You
see?
put it in your eyes first.
Yeah, you pour it in.
I've never done that before.
It's really simple. So it's like, what do you see? What have you got? Is it what color is it? Simple stuff.
Red.
You know, red.
Red.
So red. Is it really? Is it red? Is it what color red is it?
It's like blood red. I'd
Blood
say.
red, yeah. So it's
Okay.
a deeper red.
Okay.
And as you learn about grape varieties, you'll start to go, well, that means it's more likely to be this kind of grape because
Very
of
good.
the color.
If you're just tuning in, welcome to Finnegan's Wine Bar.
It's very exciting.
We've gone in a new direction this evening.
Then you swirl it around.
You
I
what?
mean, you swirl it around.
Go on.
Okay, so
Yeah,
you've
we've
looked
got-
at it. You
You've
swirl it around.
got quite a full glass.
Well, it's not a proper tasting glass, is it? So
Oh.
that's it's not the right kind
Let
of
me
glass.
show you the swirl. Is this how you do it?
You swirl it around, and then you'd be looking for
Just
what's
over Alan's
called-
iPad.
looking for what's called the legs on the glass. So the bit of wine that kind of stays up, and actually how the viscosity, how long it takes
Viscosity.
to get down the edge.
Wow.
So if you turn it, so then the thickness, in a sense, the viscosity of the wine. Anyway,
Do you know what? Alan's drunk a whole glass by the time you've explained this bit.
I'll be quick. I'll be good with time.
No, it's fine. No, it's not. I mean, I'm loving every minute.
So it's kind of seeing, and then you use your nose.
So when you say viscosity, that's how long it takes to stick the glass
Yeah,
and
like the
drop down
thickness of it.
So,
So then-
if it stays up, the better it is. Is that
It's not,
usually?
not about best and better.
Okay, we're not comparing
It's
wine
not
then.
comparing.
No.
So
No.
it's
So
We're
this wine's as good as any other wine you're going to drink, then, isn't it? We're not into comparison culture.
absolutely, yeah.
But your one's burnt a hole in the glass.
I mean, the big thing is if you like the wine, then it's good wine.
Yeah.
That's the
Oh,
point,
okay.
isn't it? So that's
Yeah.
all very gracious, very
And if you
Christ-like.
like the wine and it's only £3,
then it's all
Yeah,
good.
it's
Then
even
it's
better.
But then
Bosch wine.
I might, and it's a bit like, you know, this whole thing about expensive wine. It's a bit like, do you need an expensive car? You might like it, but actually there might be a better car or a car that's just as good that isn't as expensive. It's that
Okay.
kind of sense of thing. So
Good.
then you would look at it. So you do various things. Then you use your nose. So you sniff
Yeah,
it.
okay. Go on.
You stick your nose in and you sniff it.
What smell? But the problem is, Rob, that I smell it and I go, that smells like wine. so what do I do at that point?
Well, the big thing.
Oh, yeah,
so then
it's
the
wine.
Big thing,
It definitely
when-
is.
So everyone jokes about the whole wine people go, oh, it smells of apricots or it smells of like,
Yeah.
you know, burnt rubber or
Hints
a
of
Volkswagen.
coriander.
Yeah, it smells of hints of Audi or whatever. Or Lidl,
Yeah.
that kind of thing, which are all fine, by the way. I mean, I love Waitrose, but that's the whole separate thing. Anyway,
Surprise.
surprise. But you need to know what those things smell like to be
Okay.
able to. So you can actually train. You can buy whole boxes of little kind of fragrances to train your nose to get the smells that you would then smell in the wine. So you
Oh,
can
wow.
do wine training.
Wow.
Wow.
Training.
Have you done that?
I haven't actually. I'd quite like to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Surprisingly. Anyway, you sniff it.
Yeah.
And then
So what are you getting there with your wine?
It's very nice. So actually, it smells quite oily. So
Yeah.
it smells quite thick in a way. I think I'm getting dried apricot on the nose, but it does smell kind of more oily.
Oily.
Oily, but it has that. There's innate viscosity in it. But I think dried apricot and anyway, and then so it's eyes, nose, and then mouth. Then you would
Okay.
taste it.
Taste.
And then you tend to draw a little bit in, and then you want to just bring a bit of air underneath
Okay.
it just to kind of bring it in. And then you might. I do have a bucket. I want to
Go on,
spit
get the
out.
bucket.
But
Because
I don't-
someone is
No one
saying.
wants me to spit out. I'm not going to do
No,
that.
no.
Yeah.
No, we want the full
I
experience.
don't you want to see me spit out.
Yeah, we do.
We do. Come on, spit.
Oh, what's that noise though? You should have warned us before you did it. Hey!
Seriously.
No, but that's the proper way to do
That's the
it,
way
isn't
to do
it?
it.
People to watch it.
So, what are you going to test him like with what?
Well, I'm
it was,
not.
or-
I'm not going to test him big because he's not bad. I mean, I'm reading the bottle.
Yeah.
And
Is that okay? But you see, with the grape variety, I'm not sure because I want to say Riesling, but I don't think that's not a Riesling bottle. I can see it here.
No,
that's not a
it's
Riesling
not.
bottle.
No, it's not. You
Because
should
Riesling
be
bottle have a different shape, you see.
Okay.
So that's not a Riesling
It's
bottle.
a Sauvignon Blanc.
Okay, so it's not New Zealand. I would
No.
say it's.
No. Where is it then, roughly?
I would say. I mean, is that going to be Chile again?
He's rubbish at this, isn't
Is it Chile? No.
No,
You
it's
can tell
South
me it's New
Africa.
Zealand.
South
Oh,
Africa.
South Africa. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, Western Cape, no
Okay.
less. No less. South
Yeah.
Africa, and it's Cape Carla.
Nice. It looks
Cape Carla.
amazing.
It sounds better in Scouse.
I think it was less than a fiver.
Yeah.
I think it was actually $3.99.
Okay. Wow. Bargain.
Yeah.
So with
but
the
did
tax,
you like it? No.
You can be
Actually,
honest
it wasn't,
for wine
it wasn't,
tasting.
It wasn't horrible.
Okay,
It was quite
cool.
drinkable.
So
And
with
actually, often with food, that's quite drinkable.
so
it's
with
quite
the
nice.
tax, how much weight of wine am I getting on that?
Well, so it's had to come. So the tax is about 150 on that bottle? So what was it, $3.99? so you think about the bottle, the transport, 20p worth of
Wow.
wine.
Wow.
Bargain.
So we're doing the rosé.
Yeah. Okay, next
He's
next
just drunk,
up.
that's what
Next
he
up. I know.
spat it out as well.
I know.
You can have it back.
So
Keep that bucket.
absolutely. This is the rosé.
Oh, hang on a
Rosé.
second.
Oh, no, we go. No.
My Emma said, I said South African and I'm at home.
That's because it's your favourite bottle, Emma.
I wanted
Got it
to
out your kitchen.
That's funny. And then Mikey said, it's okay. He was only 3 continents off.
I feel I've let the side down.
No, not at all. Carry
That's
on.
because
The
we
only one on
did
the
the
side.
chili. This one's
side.
chili. That's
Yeah.
why he said.
All right, on to the next
Well-
one. What are we now? Rosie, are we?
This is a
Rosie.
rosé.
Rosie.
Rosie.
Who's
Rosie
Rosie?
and
Who's
Jim.
Rosie?
Rosé and gin.
It's my
rosé
first
wine.
girlfriend.
Which isn't because you've mixed white and red. It's they often take red grapes, press it.
Yep.
Brains come in.
Yeah.
They press it, but don't let the skin contact go on for too long.
Okay.
That's why you don't get the full kind of deep redness. So white wine can be made with red grapes. The colour comes from the skin rather than the actual
Wow.
flesh. Because
Okay.
there's
Is that the tanning?
well, yeah, the tannin, that sort of bitterness that dries out your mouth.
Yeah.
That comes from the skin. It's all
Okay.
about skin contact. So
Wow.
that's why white wines and rosé don't tend to have tannin, because they don't have as much skin contact. And the white
Okay.
wine. So there we go.
Give
maybe
this one a whirl
Yeah,
then,
yeah.
Rob.
Shouldn't have got that tin roof, should
We should have. Just out of interest for us, can you hear the rain on the podcast? Let me know. But just out of interest, go on. So you're tasting it. You swallow it.
I swallowed. I don't
You
know.
swallowed that
I
one.
don't know why. It burns.
I'm getting.
Did you see his face? Just take another sip.
Go on. Alan, what are you making this
don't-
poor man drink?
I don't want it.
He probably he probably has
Don't make me do it.
he has mixed red and
Don't
white
punish
together
me
for that
again.
one, I think.
It's like being back at boarding school.
Oh, here we go. Debbie says that rosé is her favourite.
You wouldn't like this one, Debbie.
Yeah.
I'd spit that out as well. But so I'm not even going to ask you because I've got no idea. Because basically, someone came to one of the parties at our house, and it's a Pinot Grigio. Is that how you say it?
Pinot Grigio. Yeah.
Grigio. Okay.
Is that the type of grape, Pinot Grigio? Is
Yeah,
that what
yeah,
that
yeah.
means?
It's from Italy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Must be.
it's called Casale Bonora.
Yeah.
Pinot Grigio. It looks like it was about £1. it was at a party and it was the only thing left at the night, and they hadn't even been opened.
I think after the tasting, I mean, it's definitely alcohol, and it's a kind of wine. I would say.
12%. Yeah, I didn't hold out for that one.
No.
Mark's in, and Mark's saying, was it 3 bottles for a tenner?
I think it was less.
It's not a bargain.
Yeah.
Right.
And then we're on to the red.
Last one.
Last one.
Okay.
Gosh, big glass.
You don't have to drink it all.
Steady.
It is quite cold.
Yes, I know.
Oh, do you know what? Emma's come in with a. I think this is quite funny for Emski. She's gone for that last one. She said Pinot Grigio.
Greece. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a groan. Sorry,
Yeah.
Emski.
No, it was horrible. What's this one? Eyes, nose.
Eyes, nose, ears, mouth, toes.
What's the velocity, whatever it was you said?
The velocity. Is that how quickly it goes through you? Depending on the quality, the
The
velocity of the wine.
vertio. The vertio. What
The
was it?
virtue- The viscosity.
Viscosity.
Alan.
Viscosity.
Vis-
Which is a word
Viscosity.
you need to use that in your next sermon.
Yeah.
Viscosity.
Viscosity.
Yeah.
I'm doing this all wrong. Okay. It is quite cold. So often, you can have red wine cold, but this is quite cold.
I love the little sound when you drink it.
No, I don't.
Oh, that one's. That
He hasn't
one
liked any of
that
these,
one
has
got
he?
spat
Them all
out.
out.
That one got spat out. What did you make? Could you tell? Could you have a guess at country on that?
Yeah, well, it's a Cabernet Sauvignon.
Okay, is it?
It
Alan?
is.
Yeah, it is very
and
good.
I don't know. It could be from any kind of warm climate. It's quite a warm climate wine. Great, I would say.
Nice.
I doubt it's not. It's not going to be California. I would think. That
It is. It's
Is it
California.
California? Okay,
Wow,
I
he's
kinda-
smashing life here, aren't you?
The one.
Yeah.
You You ruled out the one country that it was.
Well, I mean, I didn't postgrade. It wouldn't be, or maybe it would be.
Yeah, okay, very
It's
good.
barefoot.
Okay, barefoot.
Fiver.
Isn't that how you
Fiver.
preach? Barefoot, Rob?
I do preach barefoot. Yeah, I do preach.
Very good. A fiver. Was that the most expensive bottle?
Double gold.
Double gold winner. Well, it's actually
Double
okay.
gold winner.
So that's not, it's not about if you like it, but it's like lots of things. It can be cheap and rubbish, but it can be cheap and good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Very
We've
good.
all
Well,
learned
that
how
was
to
very,
do
that was very
Exciting.
informative.
I mean, that is what
Get it
people
out.
are queuing up
Thank
for.
you. Thank you so much, Rob. Well, it's actually time now
Oh, wow.
for Finnegan's Fortunes. And so each week, Rob and Lou, if you haven't seen, I'm assuming,
Yeah, I watched them all.
Yeah, we play a game of Finnegan's Fortunes, which is it's very similar
Yeah.
to Family Fortunes, isn't it?
Better.
It's better though. And
Yeah.
so this week, you can confer together. It's as a team effort.
Yeah.
But in your chance, you know, if you win, if you get all the way, and someone did win last week.
No, they didn't.
They did. We all saw it. Mark Williams
No.
won
They didn't
last
win
week.
Finnegan's Fortunes.
They did.
They didn't. They won
He did, he took-
Ferguson's Fortunes.
Okay.
That's so Finnegan's Fortunes is, I think, a little bit harder because
Okay.
you were
We were-
loose with the rules while I wasn't here.
Yeah. So
They were saying anything, you going, oh, giving me.
yeah. Oh well, it was nice, wasn't it?
No,
You were a bit too mean.
we're running an establishment here.
Okay, all right.
Proper
Well,
establishment.
basically,
Okay.
if you win, you get chance to win some.
That'll be church
Church merch.
mate. Church
Come on.
merch.
So
Church
if you
merch.
look behind you, that's all of our church merch.
Please
there.
take the teddy
You can
bear.
have a little look.
Teddy bear's amazing.
You can have-
because I do a lot of work with the preschool. The preschool.
They- if that-
Because I'm a school
You know
chaplain.
what? You've won already.
Yeah. No, you said
No,
you said
the
the-
preschool would love that.
Yeah, take
Okay.
it. Please, take
The
it.
teddy bear.
We can't get rid of it.
Okay, so you got a chance to win that. Yeah,
That's
nice
just
pillow.
a cushion if you want a pillow.
That's not even got a cover on it.
Well, we like to leave it up to you.
Oh,
Someone left it in a church. I mean, there's a certain quality to our prizes. The Emma's albums. You've got your Turkish nougat up there. You get guitar, no strings. Carragher's autobiography and a TV.
I've got a spittoon as well down
TV.
here.
A spittoon.
And a spittoon with my spit.
So there's lots of opportunities to win. So the question we're going to ask
I want
is
a teddy
this. Are you ready? Here's the question. And we need you at home to help out, okay?
Yeah.
So you need to help out at home. So the question today is for Finnegan's Fortunes. Let's have a look. It is, we asked 100 people, where is the best place to take someone on a first date? So that is the question. We asked 100 people, what is the best
We
place to
thought
take
we'd ask you
someone
pair of
on a
lovebirds.
first? Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have a little think
Gotta be
I'm-
great,
I'm-
aren't
and see what
Great Yarmouth, Selfridges, one of the two.
they're all options. So
Cinema,
at home, if
restaurants,
you could let us know at home,
beach.
where do you
No.
think?
Yeah.
And we will
Cinema.
we'll pass on your advice. So what do you want to go for? First one.
I feel the pressure. I
I
want the
think
teddy bear. I
it's-
feel the pressure.
I can tell. I
it?
can
It's
tell.
got to be somewhere outdoors.
Okay.
Is it not like
Walk
cinema?
on the beach.
Do you think people go for first date? Cinema, overpriced
We didn't go
restaurant.
to cinema.
What, oh, there's more than one answer here.
Yeah, there's
by the way.
six.
You gotta
know,
get
so there's
six.
six. So you get
You
there's
get
six.
I
six
don't remember how you
answers.
So you have to get six correct.
The bar
And-
is set high.
Yeah, and you get three
High.
wrong answers. If you get more, more than
Three
three
and
wrong,
you're out.
wrong,
This
you're
is
out.
impossible. I don't think.
No, well, it was
Well,
one
no.
last week, just
No,
last
it
week.
wasn't.
But it wasn't.
Ferguson's Fortunes was one. last
Ferguson's
week.
Fortunes, which has a similar
The
format.
best place
was
to
one
go.
last
Cinema
week.
will be one.
Okay,
Pub.
So we're going-
Hang on, you're going
wait,
cinema first.
Cinema.
cinema first.
I
Okay.
think first.
Well, it's not first.
Well, you don't have to get them
No,
in
you don't have
order.
to get them in order.
Okay.
Okay, so
Okay.
you asked.
Okay.
We asked 100 people where's the best place to take someone on first date. You said cinema. Our survey said
It's there.
it's there.
Very good.
Second
Very
top
good.
answer.
Okay.
Okay.
Second to
Second
top
top.
And
answer.
in fact, lots of
Second to
people
top.
were saying cinema.
Cinema.
So we had
Yeah.
Emma saying cinema. Mark.
Because you can go and then not talk.
Well, that's it, isn't it?
Brilliant.
I think there's less pressure to like
Yeah.
have to be super
Funny.
chatty, or you can chat a little bit beforehand. Then don't talk during the film. Everyone knows that.
Yeah.
Sit in the
And
dark.
then sit in the dark.
But then there's the whole weird. Do we try and hold hands? The whole kind of yawning thing.
yeah.
Let's not complicate this.
I've done.
Yeah.
Have you ever done that before? I've done the old yawn move.
you?
Yeah,
Have you?
I
classic.
thought it was just in films.
Yeah, I thought just losers did that. No, sorry.
I did. No, he's fine. He's
Me
fine.
too.
I can't remember her name now.
Okay, so other.
Why would you remember
I
that name? Ball.
Didn't know her. okay,
Okay,
great.
so-
Second answer.
So second answer,
us
what are you
another
going for?
Pub.
Pub.
Pub. Very good.
Pub.
What do you think, Alan?
Should we give them no?
Well-
No.
Oh,
Restaurant.
Oh, hang on. What did you say?
What?
well, pub, restaurant.
Hang on.
Dinner, isn't it?
What are you going
for?
for?
Dinner.
No.
Okay.
Drink.
Drinks.
Which one do you want to go for?
The
Pick one of
right
them.
one. The one that you've
Yeah.
The
got.
right one, the one that's correct. We'll take that one.
Okay, I'm going to say I heard restaurant in there.
Yeah.
I did.
So I'm
Okay.
going. Yeah, we asked 100 people. Is restaurant up there?
Our survey said.
Very good. Very good. Okay,
But there
let's
are
see what
6.
people are saying
You've
at
got
home.
another 4
You've got
to get.
another
I
4.
don't think we're going to
You're
be here
doing
a long
all right.
time.
Come on.
The
So,
rain would have
You've already said a couple of them, so come on. Think back
For
what
a
you said.
walk.
going
For a walk.
For
Our
a walk.
Survey
Oh, wait.
said.
Our survey said go for a walk, did it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, come on.
Oh, yeah. Go on.
Bottom answer. Bottom answer.
Ooh.
No, not
That'd be
quite.
my top.
Oh,
Second to
second
bottom. Go
Sorry.
for a walk.
Oh yeah.
You said
Second
beach,
to bottom.
but
Beach.
that seems quite. If you didn't live
That's
near
like
a
a
beach,
walk.
I mean,
That's
we
like
didn't-
a walk. So
Yeah, okay.
Nature.
You're helping them.
And I'm helping now. I shouldn't.
No, but I appreciate the compassion. That really
Yeah.
is the
I want
kind
that teddy bear out me bar.
of. Do you
Yeah.
really want the
Yeah.
teddy bear?
You can
The
take it.
preschool kids would
No.
go bonkers.
Yeah.
Debbie
Staff
said
won't.
The staff won't.
there's competing kind of expectations here because Debbie's has said Weatherspoons at home, whereas straight afterwards Mark said Paris. So there's competing expectations for a first date there, isn't there?
Good.
So
Paris is nice.
Paris, I mean,
Paris in
wow.
springtime.
Yeah, but
Is that
first
where you,
date-
Rob to the private jet over to Paris?
Doesn't everybody?
me.
No,
hasn't.
of course.
Not with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and someone
Great
else.
Yarmouth. So, what are you going to go for?
I can't think of anywhere else. Not the in-laws.
Oh no.
Future
Oh, they were
in-laws.
struggling.
Let me see if
Oh.
anyone. Let me see if anyone can help you
someone
out.
help
Oh,
us?
with friends.
Can we
or
phone a
something like
friend?
Mark said Greg's. Starters you mean to go on and they don't expect much later in the relationship. Interesting. Debbie said bowling.
Oh, okay.
Will said restaurant, not the Wimpy in brackets. I like that, Will. He's learned. Yeah, so Josh has said last time he had a first date was before lockdown, so I'm not too sure what to do on a date these days. Maybe we could set Josh up with another one of our nuggets.
One of our nuggets.
We could
Josh,
sort that
we
out.
could be like Cupids, couldn't we?
What could possibly go wrong? Some people said the local park, and Gerard said for a walk.
Yeah.
So that's good as
Hard
well.
walk though.
Yeah.
What do you do?
Other
Oh,
Do you wanna-
Tim.
All right, go on then. Let's have a guess.
Church.
Church. Okay.
I think we were doing
Let's
that quite early
see.
on.
Church
Actually,
is
that's what we
church
did.
up there.
The shirt's up there. Our survey said.
said, oh no,
That's
surprise.
unfortunate.
No.
That's
What
What
unfortunate.
about shopping?
Shopping.
No, I don't know.
Okay.
I'm clutching at straws.
Definitely.
Let's see. Is it
Wine tasting.
wine? Right. Is wine tasting up there? Let's have a look.
Wine tasting.
Wine tasting. If it's there.
You've lost
that's a
two now.
complete shock.
Okay.
You've lost two
Okay.
now.
I mean,
so
you have
You're not
got.
getting a
There
teddy.
are
I
a
want
couple
the
of
teddy
tricky
bear.
ones left.
there's a
They're
couple.
tricky
I mean, because
ones.
you sort of said one before, but it's the top answer, and you sort of said
So
it.
is it-
We weren't going. We
weren't gonna let
give you. No, because we want it. We want. It's quite specific, isn't it?
Oh, they did say because when we said restaurant, you kind of said
We said
something
pub.
else. Yeah, you said pub. So more specifically.
So where would be the best place to take someone on a first date?
A wine
That's
bar.
kind of
The-
a pub.
the best sort
That's
of
the
wine?
kind of a
best.
pub.
The best.
The
pub
best pub you've ever
you've
been
ever
to
been
in your life.
Finnegan's.
in your life.
Oh,
Did you say Finnegan's?
I mean, we didn't even
didn't
lead
even-
you there or anything. It was
I don't know. I just felt
incredible.
that was all me.
That was it. Just
That
came
was
so
all me.
naturally. So
Wow.
Wow.
let's see.
Let's see what our survey
Our
said.
survey said
He said Finnegan's. Oh,
top
answer.
answer. Finnegan's Bar.
Finnegan's Bar.
Gosh, imagine
Finnegan's
that.
Bar.
39
Oh.
people said that's the best
on.
place
Yes,
to go on a
Place
first
on a
date.
first date. And
100.
actually, we are here on date night.
That's
Well,
it.
exactly. That's why I thought you'd get that one.
It's not a first
Yeah.
date.
It's not our first date.
Don't be
It's
honest.
like
That's
but
because
you
you had such a good time on your first date here. It's your first date here.
yeah,
First date
it is.
here, absolutely.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Mikey Ferguson said the morgue. Which
dark.
ferry across the Mersey from Kathleen, a disco dancing club. from Mike. Mike, how old are you, Mike?
Kind of Northern Soul, is that where I
Yeah. Tao said Nando's, cheeky Nando's.
Cheeky Nando's.
That's not a bad place, is it?
No.
The zoo, says Kathleen. A theme park.
Theme park.
They're helping you out here. They know you're struggling.
Yeah.
And Mark
Oh,
We've
says...
still got 2
Are we
to
still
get.
going?
Oh,
2 to get.
Mark,
Oh,
yes,
mate, we
the
can be here
fun's
for a long
still
time.
going.
I'm waiting for the awful advice.
The fun never stops.
Yeah. What Sado wants to go to Finnegan's. That's what Joyce is saying.
Oh.
Wow.
Joyce, we had our first date here, girl.
Yeah. And Mark's
Look how
saying
happy we are.
Oxford Debate Anxiety. Go on then. You've got one more
more.
guess. What do you want to? Well, yeah, you got 2 to
If you
get,
get it
but
right,
if you get
but-
it right,
You're getting it wrong by the looks of it.
yeah. What do you think?
A zoo? No. No.
Oh,
They've said that.
They said zoo.
So you've got Finnegan's bar,
Emma said
cinema,
salsa dancing,
fancy restaurants, and
Yeah.
going for a walk. That's what you've put up to
laser
now.
tag.
Okay.
Laser
Can we
tag.
choose from that list as well?
Which
Swimming.
list?
'Cause you want-
Yeah.
Oh yeah, disco.
Disco
Disco
dancing.
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 Let's
Yeah,
have a look.
Nightclub.
Nightclub. Let's see. Is it up there? Is nightclub
Nightclub.
up there?
Our survey said
No.
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 Sorry.
You're out.
You're out. Shall we show them what else was up there?
Can I just
Yeah.
ask what's the demographic of the people you
You're
asked?
asking.
The demographic of the 100
Yeah.
people we
Yeah.
asked. You
It's a fair across the board one, isn't it?
you were asking them when you just asked lots of different people.
Yeah, just I was in the Aldi
Yeah.
and I asked her.
So
Okay,
a
so Aldi.
fair cross section of everyone
Yeah.
So
there.
what's Aldi?
Yeah. What's Aldi?
Oh, it's a car. It's a
car,
yeah.
Yeah. So let's have a look. What
okay.
else was up there?
Roller skating.
Sixth one.
Roller skating.
No,
Oh,
no,
you're out
skating.
now,
No,
sadly.
no.
But
Oh, is
this
that
is
it?
Yeah, you're done.
the other one was concert,
Concert
or a gig.
or a gig.
I don't think you didn't come up with that.
You
at all,
did.
you?
You sort of said something similar, but yeah.
And then finally, only a few people said this mine. So
Yeah.
they said
There's only
bike ride.
3 people
Right,
said that.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they were cyclists.
Yeah. So
They went past me on the road.
that's another Finnegan's fortunes.
Yeah. Oh.
So
Oh,
well,
failure.
we
We're
can't take
getting-
the teddy.
we're
sadly.
starting to
We're
come
getting
to the
towards
end,
the
aren't
end.
we?
Got some Tom's top tips for you quickly. Here we go. Tom's top tips.
Tips. It's Tom's
And I thought for Tom's
tips.
top tips, what I would do is the best things to say to the love of your life.
Okay.
You know, if you're trying to express your emotions,
I'm going to
and your
need these
feelings,
when I get
'cause
in.
You
Because
do.
that credit
you know.
card bill's in.
Yeah.
So,
So these are the things you can say.
yeah.
So here we go. First one I say, if I had to live my life over again,
Yeah. You're looking at me saying it.
it feels a
Don't do
little
that.
bit weird
Don't do
saying
that.
this to Alan.
Look at the
It
camera.
feels a little bit strange.
If you had to live your
it's
life.
okay.
Okay.
If I had to live my life,
It's so beautiful.
if people cut this out of context, just take this bit. If I had to live my life all over again, I would find you sooner so that I could love you longer.
Oh,
It's nice, that, isn't it? Isn't that lovely?
Got
It's
me.
touching.
It did.
There's nearly a tear in my
Yeah.
eye.
Yeah, it's beautiful to be here and witness.
Yeah. Or next, what I would say is every night I spend with you. No, I can't say it. This is really freaking me out because he's looking at me so earnestly as well. Like it's like I feel like I'm.
I can feel this.
No, right. That's it. That's all I'm doing now. It's really throwing me. No, I got this last one.
Okay.
Thank you for reminding me what butterflies feel like.
Oh,
Yeah, good,
that's
isn't it?
so beautiful.
Yeah.
Like, love is in the air.
Yeah, it didn't feel quite as
Yeah.
poignant, that one, to the first one. Go on, and what was
I've got some Alan's awful advice. So, yeah.
It's Alan's awful advice.
advice you should ignore?
You should ignore.
What is your advice?
Some people say find a partner that shares your hobbies, right? I say find someone you've got nothing in common with, right? 'Cause then you get some time on your own.
You're a brave man.
I
are
actually
a
think that's
brave
good advice,
man.
not awful advice, right? And some people, you may have heard this one yourself, Lou, right? Some people say never go to bed angry. I say sleep on the couch fuming. That was
It's Alan's
Yeah.
awful advice.
That's good,
advice
that, isn't
you
it?
should ignore.
That's good. Well, that's not good advice, but
so we're coming to the end.
we're coming to the end.
So this is where we decide whether Rob and Lou get on the wall, isn't it?
I mean, and I've been impressed. What do we take? Is it a package deal?
Yeah,
Do we
package
take
deal.
them
Package
both?
deal.
Yeah,
So
package deal.
Yeah, I
if
hope
you
so.
want Lou, you've got to take Rob as well. That's how we're going to sell this.
That's the only reason we're getting Rob on the wall, to be honest, isn't it? I think
It's
Rob,
a 2 for 1.
Rob probably owns the block.
Yeah. Does he own your property? Is he your
I
landlord?
think we rent this building off
Yeah,
Rob's family.
You have to work the
So
land
we've
for him,
got
don't
to get
you?
him on the wall.
It's like, isn't it, when you invite people over for a meal and you have the one out of the couple that you like to hang out with and the other one just comes along. You're like, oh, we'll have to talk to them.
As well, yeah.
We all know who
So
that
it's
is. in
great
the
to have you
couple,
here,
isn't he?
Lou.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Very good. Okay. And so this is the opportunity. Tell us a little story, and then we find out if we're gonna
Get him on the wall.
get you on the
lad.
wall, which means we put your name on the members list. up
VIP
here.
list behind
Finnegan's,
us.
you're members for life. You can come whenever you want.
Yeah.
Come and spend Christmas with us.
Yeah, instead of
all of that.
Jamaica.
Well,
Yeah,
sounds
so
amazing.
It does, yeah. The weather is always good.
It's
As
beautiful.
we're witnessing
Yeah,
tonight.
yeah.
It's-
But sadly,
Feels
if
like
Finnegan's patrons, turn on you and they vote and say no,
No,
then what happens
You're
is
bad, lad.
you're barred, lad.
You're
And then
bad,
that's
lad.
it.
it's terrible
We wouldn't be able to speak to you again, sadly.
being
Which I-
ostracised.
Ever.
Yeah. I mean,
It's dark. It's dark.
you take it very seriously as well, don't you?
We do,
Yeah,
yeah.
I just need to look in your eyes. It's
Committee's
not,
it.
it's not a look of love, is it?
No.
And so you
No.
at home get to vote on this.
Wow.
So if you want them to be
Yeah.
in, you vote wall at the end, and if you want them to be barred, you vote barred.
I liked last week's.
Yeah, that was good. You could do a thumb up or a thumb down as
okay.
well.
That was
we
good,
did
that
that
one.
kind of gladiator-esque.
Gladiator.
Like that. A little in the middle, and then bam. So here we go. Let's hand over to Rob and Lou.
So, story to play to stereotypes and to do that whole thing about shared hobbies.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we remember we met a couple who were like, well, sometimes we holiday apart, and we were like young and married, going, "Why do you ever want to be apart?" And then a bit later on, Lou got invited on a girls-only trip to go to Bosnia.
Wow. You've got some boss friends, you, Lou.
So you went. So a friend.
Was that for a holiday? Was this like war-torn
Were you
Bosnia?
delivering-
What was
It was
going
just
on?
after the war.
Were you
yeah.
delivering aid?
So
Yeah, no, someone I grew up with in our church went out to work with traumatized kids.
Oh, you're making us
post-war.
feel bad now.
that's not fun.
Just to lay that down.
And to give context, to keep it cheaper, to keep it cheap,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you flew to like 2 countries away
Wow.
and took dodgy trains and youth hostels.
Yeah.
Your
to
life
go
has
and
changed
see-
a lot now, hasn't it, Lou?
Sure.
No
To
more.
your missionary friends, missionary
Yeah.
in Bosnia.
That's
and so you were
amazing.
away for 10 days.
Something like that.
And so
8 days travelling.
Totally.
So this was why you were married?
We were
or-
married.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we
you
were
weren't
married.
going, Rob, then, were
Hang
you?
on, this
I wasn't
holiday's
going.
Okay,
bad.
sorry, sorry,
girls
go on,
only,
carry
so-
on.
It was
so
a
that-
female-only holiday.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Keep
so
up.
I had no
okay.
choice.
Yeah.
This is the mitigating. I had
Yeah.
no choice. And so a friend of mine who was a youth minister, we went, did some climbing in the Lake District, borrowing a friend's private cottage.
Oh, shut up.
So we went to this private house in the woods near Keswick. Really lovely. That was great. But then someone said, well, do you want to go skiing? And I love to ski, and that's not stereotyped at all, but it's one of my
I've never been skiing in my
favourite
life.
things.
Have you been skiing
And,
before?
Once.
Once.
And I nearly killed myself. I never had any protective gear, gloves, anything.
Oh, really?
I virtually froze to death.
That's not great.
No one told me it was going to be that cold.
You were
Depends
going
where you
skiing
go.
in snow.
I had no
I didn't
glove.
think it would
But
be
it's
that
never
cold.
really warm.
I
You've
had no
never seen
gloves.
snow before.
I had no
You've never
gloves.
seen snow.
No
Most of
gloves.
us white
Went
stuff.
in a pair of jeans and a t-shirt and a jumper and no gloves.
That's very avant-garde. I don't really want to do that.
Anyway,
Anyway,
back to your story.
Anyway, so the short of it is then this ski trip happened whilst Lou was away. So, well, I'll go skiing then if you're away in Bosnia. So I go... I'm choking just on the
On the emotion.
the emotion of it, and it's on that rose actually. It burns my palate. And Lou, there was a memorable phone call. So I phoned Lou up from the ski trip, and so how are you doing? Lou says, well, I'm in this dodgy youth hostel. It's unisex, it's potentially like there's fleas. It's not
Smells
great.
of other
Aw.
substances.
Other substances,
Triple decker,
Yeah, we've gone
bunk
to
beds.
we've gone to the top of the bunk beds so that we feel safer. It's all of that. And I'm sitting there going, oh, darling, I love you. Well done. Great trip. I'm sitting on a balcony looking out over the slopes in Val d'Isere, which, if you know that, is actually really posh.
You surprised me.
So I know, it's a strange thing. And at that point when Lou phoned me, because I was busy kind of skiing and stuff. I was drinking champagne while she phoned up, and I was going, love, I'm praying for you, and I hope you have a great trip, and I'll see you soon. Well done.
Oh.
And that was it. So I don't know if that plays the
I think
stereotypes.
this is a good job. It's a package deal. Because people are going to vote for Lou.
Yeah.
Just
Just leave it at
absolutely.
that.
What
really.
did you make? How did that feel, Lou? When he?
because you would have had no idea he was going on this if it was a last minute thing.
I knew where I was, but I hadn't said where I was going.
I hadn't quite appreciated how impressive it would be for him, and perhaps how hard it would be
Yeah.
on our trip.
Yeah.
But I had a blast. I
Good.
think I've got better memories.
Yeah, that's it. You remember that?
Got to be honest, looking
I'm-
out on a balcony in Val d'Isere drinking champagne sounds pretty
It
cool.
was
doesn't
okay.
it?
Yeah, that's
It'd
amazing.
be-
What a terrible time you had.
I know, but it's really hard.
Yes.
Being me.
Yes.
In that- because I wasn't invited, and I
I
would have gone.
feel for you.
I know,
you
absolutely.
felt
You have to.
rejected.
There are things you have to do.
Yes.
Yeah.
Someone's got to.
Someone's got to.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Very
Why-
good.
Anyway.
Go on.
No,
What do we
but
do?
why not me? That's
Why
what
not?
I'm saying.
Why not me?
What's
So
happening?
let us know. Give people a second just
We've
to
got
vote.
someone.
Let's see.
And Gerard.
Let's have a look.
And
And Gerard is
Gerard.
saying the wall straight away.
Straight
On
away
the wall
wall.
from Miriam.
Oh.
Tao has
Anne.
said Bard, I think. So let's see. Let's see
We
what
got Elizabeth
happens.
on the wall.
Look, Mike said it's dark, wet outside. Rob and Lou have brought us all a lot of light relief, so it doesn't matter about
On the wall,
put
lad.
them on the wall.
You're getting on the
Very
wall by
good.
the looks
On
of
the
it.
wall, you made him drink bargain wine.
I may never
Yeah, I
recover.
applaud you. For
Mark
that.
says, just go into Bosnia. You deserve to be on the wall. Very good. Very good. Get him on the wall,
Kathleen
lad, from
Wall.
Mark. Very
Yeah.
good. Very good. And a thumbs
Emma,
up from
full
Emski.
Thumbs up. yeah.
Very good. Very good. Okay, let's. I think they're going to be on the wall then.
Hooray.
Very good. Very good. That's
Thank
amazing.
you.
What an achievement, guys.
I know. That's
It
it.
is.
We've
I think
peaked. We've
it's the
peaked.
best thing we've done today.
Yeah.
Even better than dinner.
This
Oh, what happened? Well,
dinner was bad.
what was dinner? Who cooked?
Dinner was lovely.
I cooked.
Oh, it was Alan. I thought.
I cooked. It was
I
not
thought-
good.
what did you do?
Well, it was tea
cooked?
anyway. But
Yeah.
Sorry.
yeah.
Well,
yeah, but I was going to cook them something from scratch, and then I went to Tesco,
Yeah.
and I seen some pasta stuff, and I thought, oh, that looks all right. I'll get that.
Yeah.
Wasn't that? Wasn't all that, you know.
Sorry, guys. And you brought us wine and beer and everything,
I know.
right?
We had cake. The cake was all
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
The cake wasn't great
Filling.
either, to be honest.
Oh, sad times. Right, well, you're on the wall, so
Oh,
you
thank
get to
you.
come back
Privilege.
and experience
Yes,
this
come back
kind
for
of
tea again.
Privilege, thank
catering
you.
again. Let's put them on. Rob. And
has anyone been barred? I mean, that's the.
No.
No, it's good to feel special.
right, okay.
not on the podcast, but we have had to throw a few out, haven't we?
Who did we
Well,
throw?
just people when we've had a night here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's got a
Okay.
bit rough.
Occasionally we have to get Jürgen onto them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
Kick
been
him
quite
out.
quiet tonight, Jürgen. Normally
Well done,
interacts
Jürgen.
a little bit, but he's not having a great time lately, poor old Jürgen. So. He's been quiet, hasn't he, Thomas?
He has been a bit quiet. Sorry. Okay,
So-
right. Well, basically, nugget of the week.
Nugget
Do you
of
know
the
what?
week.
I'm going to pick nugget of the week
Are
straight
you picking
off.
it?
Yeah.
I'm going to pick. I reckon that if we don't agree, then there's something wrong.
Well, that's made me nervous now. But I was going to go for Tao.
I was going to go for.
Were you
Tao,
going to
yeah.
go for Tao for
Yeah,
that thing
that's
about running
almost
away?
the first nugget.
Yeah, she was spot on straight away, wasn't
Yeah,
she? So
right at the
Tao,
beginning of the show.
you are nugget of the week, Tao. So we're going to get
And
you
it's
some.
dead easy to get the nugget to.
Yeah, that's good as well. It saves us on postage basically because we had to post one of these to Tony Vino,
yeah.
and it costs
Yeah.
more than we thought it was
Yeah.
going to be. So you win, Tao. Look at that, the fancy one as well, peanut
And an
nougat.
ordinary one.
and an order.
Nugget.
You'll get one of each.
Yeah.
Right.
Well done, Sal.
Thank you so much, guys. We are so. It's been lovely,
thank
really
you.
nice.
Thank
Do you know what?
you.
We've got to hang out with Rob a few times.
Yeah.
and I've always thought he was great,
He is.
and now we've met Lou. I thought, wow,
Yeah.
Even
She's
better.
better.
even
She's
better. She was better. Yeah.
She's the funny one.
So, we really appreciate you coming over and
Yeah.
hanging out at Finnegan's.
Not at
It's just been so much fun.
Fab. Yeah.
And we're going to be back next Wednesday evening, and we've got Mr. Tony Vino coming to join us.
Wow.
Tony, stand-up comedian,
yeah.
Oh, wow.
really funny,
Entertainer.
very good,
Yeah.
very
Well,
good.
even funnier than us.
Not funnier than you,
No.
but that's a hard task. He's not as posh as you, though. He's from
No,
Manchester.
nowhere near as posh as you.
So he's not got that.
Yeah, I go feel that the whole funny thing is not based on actual humour.
No, laughing at
Laughing
Yeah,
at.
well,
rather
bit-
than laughing with.
No, not at all.
No,
It's been lovely, hasn't it?
Yeah,
So
it's been
Tony
nice.
Vino next week.
Yeah.
You can follow us on all of the socials, and you can get the old episodes as well
Yeah.
on the podcast. So you can just subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. You
Yeah.
can find us on there, and it's been fantastic.
Yeah,
What,
we're going to call time on it for
we're
the
going to
night.
call time on it for the night.
Time, please.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for joining us. We will see you again next week for another episode of Wednesday Night at Finnegan's.
Cheers.
Cheers. Goodbye.